Forever, love is freely turn forever, you and me. Windmill, windmill for the land is everybody in.
Don't shout, shit it, get it. Deep high, your captain's in it. Steady, watch me navigate. Don't shout, shit it, get it. Deep high, your captain's in it. Steady, watch me navigate.
I've been working a week, I'm tired.
We'll never start. We're going to be stuck on one forever. It's probably an improvement. There we go. Little chorus for you. You're loud and proud today.
I'm always loud and proud, baby. Loud, proud, and heterosexual.
That's the way it should be. I'd never not be a loud, proud heterosexual myself.
It's the way of the modern man.
So I got sent the draft links, but they're not appearing for me in regular, just on regular captain's mode. That's fun.
There's one there on the homepage. You see it? Yeah.
Oh well.
Waiting for guest to ready, so that means that Team Boo is actually good to go.
But will Fanjis private sheets be good to go? I mean, look, this is a smidge of a rematch, right? Like, we've already had this, but it was pretty early on. This is from the group stages, so that was 2-1.
Yeah, I know. Kind of feels almost like irrelevant. It was that long ago.
Yeah. Crazy. Shock horror, a GB tournament goes on for about 1 million years. Who's ever seen that happen before?
It's good that it's been completed though.
Yeah, rare. And when do you plan on revealing your next plans, if ever? Never.
Forever in secrecy.
Oh snap! I've got a tarnished deathmatch image. That's the wrong one. I can fuck
I was gonna
right
say
off.
something, but you know. Like...
Oh well. Real map draft. It begins. We start with Team Twat going for Compass.
Can't say I'm surprised.
It's a pretty. Twat map.
Twatty map.
Very twatty map.
If you like Compass, you probably are a bit of a twat.
It's such a bastard to cast. Like it's such a bastard to cast. Two Rivers. I've been enjoying Arena ban. I think that's a really good ban. Frontline ban is a vibe. Don't love that. I think Frontline's been quite a lot of fun to cast.
Banning Frontline, I'm not surprised because Fanjis sheets have played pretty good on it. I'm surprised that Fanji banned Arena because Team Twat have been disastrous on Arena. But maybe there has been some mind games because they were banning it earlier on in the tourney as well. Remember that game with Boo having getting caught with his pants down a little bit.
Well,
poor guy, poor little fella.
But has he had the same amount of pain? I mean, that was some good Boo pantsing. Any time where we get a defeat is always a good day. But a Team Islands pick against Team Twat is brave. Like they've been doing pretty good on kind of hybridy and water maps. So bold picks. Zimbabwe. I still think that's probably my fave of the map pool for watching. I think it's great. Really diverse kind of plays that you get going. Lots of pressure in the middle. The fact that your flanks are exposed. The timings are a little bit different. I just like the way it plays out. I think it's really interesting. No Crescent. Not the end of the world.
Thank fuck. Hate that stupid map. So it's going to be Chaos Pit or Shrubland. See what Fanjay decides to go for.
I hope it's Shrubland. I do. Like game 1. Do you want a Chaos Pit game 1? Oh, he went for random. Fair play.
Essentially, it doesn't care if it's Shrubland or Chaos Pit. We'll let the gods decide.
Which I think is the correct way to be. Just let it, let it happen. Fanji's team lost to Team Dave on Arena in practice, so maybe they suck on it too.
Bloody hell, Ronnie's gone for the practice games, copium. Jesus.
So, did your team do much in the way of practice games? I know you had a pretty rough time of it, but
Let me. I left the server already. Fuck. Let me see if I can see how many practice series we had. That was a big number. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 series.
That's a fair number. It didn't necessarily translate to great success, but yeah, you guys put in some work.
Oh yeah, we put in some work.
Was there a lot of regret with how the tournament then ended up working out, or did it just feel like it didn't necessarily go your way?
I wouldn't say so. I think regret isn't the right word.
Nice. I'm glad, because it seemed overall like this one's been pretty fun for most of the people. I've not seen much in the way of drama other than admin abuse, which obviously we all have to make sure we comment on regularly.
I think for the most part it's been a good tourney.
Mm.
Our group was obviously overpowered, which is why we ended up in the wooden spoon, and the other group was complete dog shit. But, there's some things you can't control.
I mean, it was, yeah. No team template exists for name Team Dave Hun. Oh,
They've been... yeah, they're out of existence now. It's sad.
Yeah, just when you lose so hard, you get anti-liquipedia'd. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. But I mean, I'm surprised because I thought that the team itself wasn't that bad, and like decently balanced. With sort of, Dave winning GB Hidden Cup, smurfing all his way. Like Atten is a perfectly reasonable second pick. Hot Dogs, Lever, and CD Player, they're all pretty good. Everybody, like, of all of the players that are available, I think most teams are overall pretty balanced.
I think most of the teams are relatively balanced to a degree. Just
sort of,
it's tricky.
It's like there's
you're playing so many different maps and stuff, like it's tricky to find like a good balance between them all. And I think like Team Boo and Team Fanji are probably two of the this. I think the map pool is relatively water heavy, or like that kind of like style.
Well,
Fanji's been able to rely on Pete.
That's it. It's
Boo's
like
been able to rely on bread on the landings and stuff as well. So.
Isn't it? Because I'd say that Fanji's team's pretty top heavy, right? Like having Fanji and Pete, who are effectively able to kind of lock down a side each, is pretty good. But Boo's just sort of relying on players doing their own thing. Though Andy's on a little bit of a tear right now, score like rating wise, he's up there, PBing all over the darn place.
Just waiting for Tomert to be unleashed tonight. He's gonna brutalise.
I hope so. I'd feel pretty sad if Tomert didn't get a shot in the finals. I know Boo wants to try hard this, but I think Tomert deserves a shot. As OP as Pudding is.
It would be a shame to not have all players play.
There's got to be rules about that. An admin should enforce it.
Admin!
Okay, no Berbers, Mongols, Britons or Spanish, Bohemians, Portuguese, Georgians, and finally the last ban. Nice that they're all keeping Malians on there. Not too afraid of them this time round.
So pretty much just power civs getting banned out from both.
It's pretty good, making sure no Britons for Team Fanji. And Koreans, I think Korean final pick is a good ban. They've shown themselves to be pretty strong on multiple
They're
maps.
kind of awkward,
Yeah. Especially when you can sort of have a slightly weaker player hold really well by just sort of tower defending for a while. It can work out really well. So yeah, good ban. Dravidian first pick.
Not a huge surprise with so many water maps. Kind of gives you a big advantage. The team bonus.
Joey, why would I? There's no chance that I have ever updated a single command. That's what mods are for. And as you can see, Atten is one of my mods. So you can tell this shit ain't ever being updated.
Atten as a mod is yeah, who would ever do something so stupid?
Well, Atten made the terrible mistake of teaming up with me for a tournament, so...
I know, I've also got Atten as a mod in my channel.
Fanji's draft so far is looking it's a bit of me. Persians, Vikings, first two picks. Love it.
This is crazy. Armenian second,
Second.
Viking second. Like really prioritizing good galley civs.
Yeah, I mean it's a kind of vibe, isn't it? Right? Like I think they're basically gonna do all of their throwaway civs on Chaos Pit, right? Like I'm fully expecting all of the admin civ picks to be used on Chaos Pit, and they're just drafting for their home maps.
There is a lot of good like land map civs, but there's not a whole lot of good like.
Yeah.
Really good gap. Well, we still have Italians there. I guess after Italians and Saracens go, it really drops off.
Yeah, like what else? Turks, I guess. Fine.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be like the kind of usage you
Yeah.
would expect out of them.
Especially because Turks is probably something where I'd kind of have wanted to see them on something like Crescent, not necessarily Team Islands or Two Rivers or Compass. Okay.
I'm looking forward to seeing when Persians gets played. Yeah, there's Italians. Okay.
I mean, it looks pretty comfy at the start for Fanji's team. I think Booze is looking a little bit more vibey.
There's a boo picking Franks early. It's not a boo draft without picking Franks early.
But who gets to use it though? Like, cause
Well, come on, boo will play them on Chaos Pit.
We need a Daisy. We need to get some Daisy civs as well. Liths, I guess. You whack Daisy on Liths.
Okay, take both of the top archer civs. I kind of like that.
And no Britons available either. Yeah.
Yeah, I think doing that in the one turn is really nice. And we've kind of seen archers getting played in pocket in Zimbabwe a bit more, so wondering if Efi or Mines will go there. I'd expect Ethiopians to go there over Mayans, and Mines probably to go to Two Rivers.
I mean, we've seen quite a lot of like Step Lancer and Cav Archer play as well though for Zimbabwe.
Yeah, but you wouldn't see the archer civs only outside. That's the only thing.
And Camel, I guess that's something that we're kind of missing, really, from Fanji. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Literally, as we're thinking, there goes Hindus.
So let's say Hindustanis probably goes to Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Not really sure where some of these water sieves will go, but it'll just be like a process elimination after the first water map comes in. It's an early pick for Khmer, considering we still have Magyars there.
I mean, but like,
Huns, arguably.
is that a Two Rivers pick then for Khmer?
I'd say it's likely going to be Chaos
Yeah.
Fit.
Okay, Chinese Gujaras, that sort of where we expect them. We've got archers and camels and more camels, so we've at least got some camel civ on the field. Maybe a smidge of a weakness for Fanji, but I mean Persians can roll.
I think Chinese will probably go to Compass because you start with the fish. That makes them one of the best flanks there. I think that's actually a really good spot to pick them. And
Yeah.
Gujaras probably go to Zimbabwe, that bottom side perhaps as well.
Japanese probably a compass pick as well. They've at least been on there a couple of times. A decent success. I mean, Japanese towers in kind of Castle Age onwards can be pretty good at putting a bit of map control down as well. Decent water. Vietnamese pick. So we've nabbed all of the range. Like all of the range. Mayans, Ethiopians, Vietnamese, fucking Italians. That could be a concern for Team Boo. Like, what? There's not a fat lot left. Like Aztecs, Cumans, Malians.
No, there's really not, to be honest.
Yeah. Incas.
There's a big drop off in Archer Sibs from now on. After Vietnamese going. Picks up Sicilians, which kind of denies it from Fanji as well, so it's probably going to go to Team Islands. Huns there could go in a number of different places, but they like to play, the UK team like to play them on Two Rivers, so it's probably going to go to that, I would assume.
Huns is Huns.
Fanji's probably going to play Via on Chaos Pit. I think that makes the most sense.
Fucking Romans! Romans!
That is an early Romans pick, but they should do pretty decent on Compass or Chaos Pit as well.
I just want Romans on Zimbabwe. That's all. Fast castle, long sword, pressure from the middle. Let's go.
I can see it.
Byzantines?
This looks like an easy slot into Team Islands for the pocket.
Yeah. I'm forgetting Team Islands, actually. Romans could be a choice, actually, for a sort of landing. They're also kind of decent with a kind of early imp timings and getting Drummond to help pressure onto the land. That can certainly be a thing. And it until like post imp, they're not terrible. I think their water's decent. Maybe a smidge underrated.
Oh, it's very good. It's very good early game.
Yeah. So vibes.
Which kind of has me thinking it's going to go to Compass, where it kind of matters the most.
Okay, Malians. There we go. King Boo's team instantly wins the whole thing, locking off the best civ in the game. Pretty late pick there for the Malians.
Yes. Probably Two Rivers.
I think
one of the pockets there.
Yeah, just the versatility, the fact that you've got solid calves, solid camels, your archer line's good, you can scrap with your infantry. Like, I think in team games, Malians are really, really good until kind of like early imp. Maybe when it gets into the post imp, they fall off a smidge, but love them. Love Cumans. I'm sort of expecting to see them on.
I think Zimbabwe. They played
Yeah,
there
on Zimbabwe.
before, but I think it's a nice one. And they
But
picked Tatars there, so maybe
Cumans
thinking
and
the same map.
Tatars.
So yeah, maybe Hindustani's bottom, Cuban's middle, Tatars top, which means we would just need one more there. I'm not sure if they will. Like, I can see them playing archers there. Then that kind of protects Cumans a little bit as well. Like any castles coming forward. Like, I'm slightly surprised we haven't seen like Turks picked for the middle or
Yeah,
Zimbabwe. Like the fast imp play with the BBC.
I do think that they are all leaving off Chaos Pit civs though. I think we might end up seeing some bullshit mirrors then, like Goths, Teutons, Bulgarians, Aztecs, and Celts. I think likely to be left. So it might be worth nabbing one of them that you don't want to face up against now, like to lock it off.
I think probably the one you kind of don't want to face against is maybe Teutons. To be honest, I think you're happy with our ones just being neutral.
And there we
of
go.
Course, Fanji then
And
takes
Fanji nabs it. Paradox, he knows, man. He knows.
and takes Burgundians as well. Okay. Burgundians I can probably see going to Two Rivers as a pocket.
And we probably just pick Celts here, right? Goths. Okay, okay, fine.
I think was Goth. I'm not too sure where Teutons look at played, but I think it will go to Chaos Pit, probably on the flank.
Yeah, I
do have the admin
think
picks
so
as well.
But I'm genuinely expecting most of those to just get thrown onto Chaos Pit, and I think they'd be.
For me, Bulgarians, Celts, and Aztecs. Yeah,
I think they'd be fun for it as well. Like, like give me that. Give me some of that. Maybe swapping in Teutons for some of them. I mean, yeah, infantry fun. I think Bulgarians are pretty good there actually.
So let's see what we get game one. Chaos Pit, one of our 2 land maps. I'm thinking pockets for Fanji, likely Khmer Magyars. They were kind of picked close together. Usually when you're picking, you sometimes have the same map in mind, so it kind of makes sense to like pick like 2 sets for the same map, so you kind of get that done and over with.
Ooh. Being covered.
And I kind of like Viet and Teutons for flanks there, if you're going to tower rush maybe.
I mean...
Then Viet always got good skirms, good trash, good eco, good late game. Makes a good lot of sense. I think Franks and Slavs for Team Boo in the pocket and their flanks. Fuck knows. I think it will be admin picks for their flanks on the bottom. Poles, Celts maybe? Poles, Aztecs?
For Two Rivers?
No, for Chaos Pit. For game one.
Oh, yeah, it has to be. Like,
Goths,
genuinely.
Perhaps. Andy's used them before, so that could be another option.
Goths is just a really handy one to throw in, but at the same time, I think Bulgarians is a one to it's one to throw in just for the stupid man at arms without having to click the upgrade. Super cheap if you're not having to collect any gold for it, so you can send them forward, even if it's just a two man at arm forward. If you can back that up with a tower or something, can mean that you can throw your opponent off. And I think it's a little underutilized in the tournament so far. And we've seen people going for man at arms or going for plenty of towers or douches or similar on Chaos Pit so far. And I do think they're going to be try-hardening. And it's relatively like low cost in the grand scheme of things to get as much upset as we can. Polls, not
Yeah.
normally a Civ that I would think would do particularly well on Chaos Pick, considering the lack of space, but I'm kind of feeling like it's not necessarily a throwaway map, but it's a bit of a throwaway pick, and being able to get large numbers of scouts out relatively easily, Poles can do. So,
The one benefit Poles have is they can play either position on Chaos Pit. But you can just trust with them as well. You're going to be on stone and you're going to get the gold from it, which is always nice. You don't have to prioritize that super much. But like you said, getting the farm set up is a bit of a pain in the ass.
yeah,
That's not particularly easy. You need to be pretty safely walled. Like, your farms are going to be relatively far away from your TC.
But, will Team Fanji, of all the teams, be safely walled? Yes, they will.
Any team will be safely walled is going to be them. I'm not sure if we're going to see anything unexpected here in terms of like what civs gets used. Like, Persians was the first pick. Is there a chance if like someone plays Persians here on the flank straight from the get go and just tries to dish and goes around as many players as they can? Is there anything else? I'm really thinking like Khmer was kind of picked up quite early on as well. Like, that's their 8th pick.
Yeah, Khmer's a choice. I could see it on Two Rivers.
I think it's going to be on Chaos, but I just don't particularly know how it's going to get played. I think it's honestly really nice to have the ballista as an option in Castle Age, where you can chop through and open up the map a lot more. Because the map can get very, very tunnel visioned in some ways. I hope they've not got a private lobby.
I thought I saw it mere moments ago on my so I see it on my second screen. I've got a lobby. There we go. Yeah, it's there.
It's there. Okay, good.
It's just taking its sweet time.
I had a look and couldn't see anything. I'm probably just having a moment.
But look at that! Look at that full lobby of Brits. GB Cup, damn it, GB Cup. Until the rest of them join.
Yeah, they're all player. They're also all player 6 at the moment as well. So that's not going to work.
They're all showing each other their civs.
We're not going to watch any of your games, Jolie, I'm afraid. That's not going to happen.
I mean, we love some Joey action, obviously. But also, would it be a GB tournament if we weren't waiting half an hour to get into a game? No, it would not.
It's tricky because there's so much you need to get prepared for in a 4v4. It does take time to go through the drafts. You're kind of adapting. You obviously have like pre-draft plans that you kind of want to maybe do. You might not get no civs. You're gonna have to adapt your plans very quickly on the fly. Try and get into that first game.
I mean, yeah,
got
especially
our first foreigners in there.
Yeah, spoiling the vibe.
They are kind of spoiling the vibe, yeah. Especially that random flag after bread. What's that flag next to Tusky?
I don't think I don't think it's a real country.
It looks like they had to rehost as well.
Oh yeah, maybe it's because they were all stuck on player 6.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me.
Just DE things.
I think Franks and Slabs have got to be stick-ons for Boo to play on Pocket here for Chaos Pit. I'm going to put Poles on a flank, and the last one... I'm not sure. I know Pete did play Celts
So we're
on
thinking.
flank before as well, so he could also end up playing them. I just don't know how the last flank will be here for Boo, because it's... I don't really see any other natural flanks. They would get good usage on Chaos Pit. So maybe it would just be Andy playing Goffs and being a dick. Which sounds like it'd be right up Andy's street, to be honest.
Sounds like a vibe. There's also Burmese. Like, I'm sort of like throwing them away, but like, you could whack Burmese on Chaos Pit if it's not factored into your plans elsewhere.
Yeah, but it's You can whack any Civ on the flank on Chaos Pit and probably not have to worry about it too much for a certain amount of time. But I think with Zimbabwe there, I think Burmese can be quite good playing in the middle if you play Arambai. I can see them working there.
I think it'll be Humans.
Humans on Chaos Pit would be super fun.
Would be a vibe.
That would be a vibe. I'd really like to see that.
That would make me really happy. Will they make me really happy? I don't know. I don't trust people to make me happy.
I personally really want to see Cumans on the outside on Zimbabwe, on that food side.
Yes.
You know, where you get all the extra elephants.
I've not seen Cumans used like that. Like, we've seen the Cavarcha Civ on that kind of northern side.
Yeah.
And Tatars have been a common pick up there. But I like not having a Cuman pick and going down and grabbing the food. I know it feels a little bit vulnerable, especially because you are likely to have scouts out over in that area, just because people are going to be pushing for food and hunting for vills, moving out to try and kind of either long push or grab deer and hunt. So, like, it is risky to try and get that out there. But I think if you're sending 6 vills forward to make a new TC, it's kind of worth it.
Oh, I would not be placing a TC closer forward. I think the TC would have to go back to the wood line, so you're as safe as possible.
And just try.
The other option is you just play, that TC on the inside, but the side is closer to the food, right? So then you can bring in the elephants with the scout and the villager enemy.
That's true. You are all gamers who can do the push and the grab. That's true.
We're getting some colours. That's a good sign.
Yeah, and we're getting pudding in game 1.
Make it Fanji good, guys. Same side.
I mean, Pudding's a goddamn smurf. Pudding's a goddamn smurf. Not deliberate, but it's like, I think that team game rating is far closer to where I can expect him to be than 1180.
He's at a very solid tournament.
Been really quite instrumental to some of the Team Boo wins. So, even if they don't win this, I think Pudding's got to be pretty proud of what he's managed to do, probably with the worst ping in the server most of the time.
No, the worst ping has definitely been
Robo.
Probably Panda, actually, in South Africa.
Oh shit! Yes, while they do share the same time zone, not close. That's true. That's a lot of planet in the way.
Regularly close up to 300 ping, which is just jokes.
Fuck me. Poor Panda.
Poor guy.
Are they allergic to pressing start? I don't.
I don't know.
There we go. And into
Okay,
the
Persian
game.
flank. Persian flank from Fanji. Let's fucking go.
So it will be some douches. How exciting!
Let's fucking go. And it is Khmer, it is Magyars, but Byzantines here. And then Celt, yep. So Boo's team called that. Got that pretty much spot on. Let's go, baby.
And freaking Poles in there. Damn, vibing. Or maybe they're a smidge predictable, but you also got the Khmer. Like, well done, Magyars. I'm a little surprised that they did Magyars for Chaos Pit instead of it being the throwaways.
They're just one of the best, like, pocket civs for Chaos Pit. Like, you can. The early game is very good. The scouts and feudal, and then you have Cav Arch or Paladin as well. So
I'm like
they are
well,
just super good. But the nonsense has started already. By the way, Fanji's forward the 2 Vils, and it's Fanji versus Bread.
excellent. That's how it's supposed to be. Bit of chaos on Chaos Pit, trying to get some lames in.
Bread's gonna lose a scout.
But I mean, Fanji might lose a Vil.
He is diving very deep here, but he's blocking with the villager. Other scouts there. And that's 3 Vils, a lot of idle time from Bread as well, so I think he's gonna get this Vil away though. No. She's dead.
Oh my god.
Save her.
Nope.
Nathan? Oh!
Oh! Filth. Absolute filth.
He's clinching there. Now, if we can get these 2 Vils home, and 2 more forward, we're cooking.
And a little bit of value.
And we've totally left that scout. And Nathan's actually sent that scout home and lost a lot of HP. He's only in 12 HP now.
There we go. Okay, so that didn't necessarily work out mega break. Here's the thing. Like, Fanji's only upsetting Pudding. And this is not an even trade. Like,
It's also not the only thing going on.
Yeah.
Look at Pete's lumber camp on the left-hand side. Andy's already forward. He's got the villagers there.
He's
He's
gonna
got the
lose a
scout. I don't
scout.
know. Where's
No loom.
Pete's?
No
His
loom.
scout isn't even close.
No loom. That's a Vil down.
Oh my god. This is just a mess. And then the Vil fighting's still going on the right-hand side. Pete's lost the Vil. But his lumber camp
Is
is not
bald.
secure. That is a disaster. Oh god. Red loses another Vil. Fanji really needs to get a lot of value because Pete is getting delayed quite a bit here.
I mean, yeah, that's a good point.
And he's
Like,
going to go on to the next one.
we did batter our way in, so that's fine. But it has been a little bit of a delay, and Pete lost a Vil, so that's our 2 higher rated players kind of put a little bit behind. Fanji losing. Oh, didn't lose a Vil, but has had 17 seconds of TC idle time and a lot of idle Vil time. Like,
There's a lot of trust in the quote war ELO players, I guess, or the war draft picks
yeah.
here in the pockets.
I guess that's why we've got Tusky and Ronan in, bringing in our A team, such as it is, as Feudal Age on the way in first for both Ronan and Tusky, mere moments behind. And not a surprise.
Good guy's made a massive error with his lumber camp on the top side. It's going to take a lot longer to chop through.
Oh yeah, that's
He hasn't even
nice.
realised that.
Good job, good guy.
So it's
Well
a bit of a
done.
whoopsie there.
Yeah. I don't think anybody else has mucked up. Still trying to. Again, we didn't even wall back up, so that's another Pete Vil down. Potentially going to lose another one. And we do. That's more Vil losses. Oh dear.
Just type that Vil? No.
Hey!
That's a really fast uptime for a good guy, by the way. Jesus Christ. Look at that.
Yeah. Oh, very nice. Very nice. But it's Khmer,
Red's had
though,
a-
right? Like,
It is, but it's still extremely fast.
it's Khmer, an immediate
just-
stable, which I think
Yep,
is really,
free
really
Vels. Free Vels on it.
good. Do we even have the res to... I mean, housed doesn't help. Don't have enough wood to throw down a mill on the berries, which I think we're going to very much want.
Yeah, they'll long drop them for a while. So there's a risk of trading your higher EO for a lower EO. And Brett, he's a few Vels behind, he's had some idle time. But he's still keeping Fanji occupied, he's chasing the Vels at the moment as well.
My wonder is why Nathaniel has had 37 seconds of TC idle time.
I think it was
didn't-
probably just in that period with the Vels coming forward, he had the scout there as well, so... First game. A little bit of getting flustered, perhaps.
Maybe. What's Fanji's plan?
I know these Vels are looking for something. He's diving really deep for that villager there,
Yeah.
Jesus. And here come the scouts. There's 3 of them there.
Oh god, this could be a pudding. Okay, not that much of a pudding massacre. That's one Vil down.
One more down. Spearman going down from Nathan as well. Left-hand side doesn't have too much happening at the moment.
Going on to Stone for Happy the Andy. As poles. Vibe.
Yep. Just making spears at the moment. His lumber camp isn't on the outside at all.
Yeah, not even trying for that.
Nope.
Like, this Fanji strat is normally what you have your lowest rated player doing. Like, to have team captain, like, bottom score on the team is
Yeah.
a vibe. He's clearly having fun with it though, and maybe that's what you want for the grand finals. Put yourself in a positive mental frame by just having a nice time.
It's really a harder thing to do than it looks as well.
Well, he's managed to maintain, I was about to say, decent Vil production at the back of this. He's got a decent Vil count, but he has had a minute of TC idle time. But then again, so has everybody else except Boo, who just seems to be quietly booming away. Like,
Dropped a lot of farms.
got a decent scout number.
As Boo's TC and range from a douche between these two houses there.
I don't
You
think so. I think it's
You know,
just...
from like the right hand side
Yeah.
of like there, you could fit a TC there. It's hard to tell from, you know, like north south in terms of distance. Okay, it's going
Oh
to go
god,
on.
this is risky. Oh god, this is risky.
That's a lot of scouts there.
That's a lot of scouts
I'm just
there.
committing Vels.
Oh god,
That's not gonna go up.
This is not. That was yeah.
It's not
Especially
gonna
with
go up.
Pudding backing them up. That's a bit of a massacre. Not even close. Great defense there from the team.
Now here's the thing. Fanji actually had like close to like 34, 35 Vels, so he actually still has a lot of villagers. All things considered. He's only got -3 in comparison to Brett. which isn't that bad. Considering what just happened.
Considering what just happened, but if you're considering their position on the map, yeah, it's pretty dire. That's pretty dire.
It could be worse. That's all I'm gonna say. It could be worse. Overall, we're only 7 Vels behind. And we had a completely failed douche and
Yeah.
lost like 10 Vels.
Tusky's out on gold. Fanji has clicked up, so that's brilliant. Pudding, not that close actually. Not that close at all. But we are almost out for Boo, and we are now out for Nathaniel. Boo's going to try and loop round, I guess. Or just pathing. Just pathing.
I think getting
Just-
outside would be super nice. Send the scouts up the top side. And Tutsky is thinking about the same thing. Peter is also out, but he's not started the wall. He doesn't have too much to do here, actually. It'd be kind of nice if he can just get a nice simple wall off. I don't think you dive too greedy here. You don't see Boo scouts in the middle at all, so I think assuming they're on the outside, would it be too much of a stretch?
There you go. Feudal Age finally on the way in for Pudding.
And look at, oh my god, look at good guys. Lumber camp in the north side. This is how long it takes when you put the lumber camp here.
And do you know what's kind of mad? He is almost through. He has had 23 Vils chopping though. Okay, well
Yeah.
it's almost a quick wall off. It doesn't necessarily work out, but it does pull back all of the scouts of Boo, so they're gonna chase Tusky. My screen is kind of off. It does that sometimes. Hold on while I.
It is a
turn it
little
off
bit,
and on.
yeah. You gotta lock that up, baby.
Yeah, it's not the lock. It's the like the screen itself is locked. The source sometimes just goes out on the second PC by like a smidge. Really weird. Really
Gotcha.
weird. But there we go. I like that Boo decided not to chase off with all of his scouts, so he still has Vil, still has 2 scouts going forward to see if we can try and deny the walls. Pete already
Pete's there.
stonewalling up, so
Mm-hmm. But it's gonna be
No.
close.
yeah, timing. Nathaniel walled up on the right-hand side, so I still think that Team Boo is looking just that little bit better. Tower on top of Tusky, but it doesn't seem like it's achieving a huge amount right now.
It does mean that Andy can still batter away on this
On the
stable
stable, yeah.
and uninterrupted. It's a shame that honestly that Pete doesn't just have one spear with these villagers, and because it's Frank scouts, a little bit extra HP, all those Vils could die. And that's going to be 3 Vils, and the wall isn't going to be done on the outside.
Ooh, kills Pete's Vils. Kills all
Which
of Pete's
is a
Vils.
shame. Yep. And Boo's up, but Tusky and Good Guy are both up.
But what are they gonna do? The walls aren't done. They're not safe. They're going to be forced off the outside if they're not careful. Especially with Boo timings. I think I kind of like a Vil moving forward, but that's not Boo's way. Boo is into boom with a bit of pressure, and we just try and deny the additional wall offs.
There's a lot of spears from Fanji. Jesus. Bread's trying to get in here. Being a bit of a nuisance.
Bread, nuisance, such things have never been said before. Castlage on the way in for Nathaniel as well. Bloodlines on the way down for the Slavs. I guess we've got a decent farming eco rolling as well. 18 farms down. And moving on to stone.
And now Fanji's going to tower rush Bread.
I think this will be the most fun that Fanji's had in a game in a while. Just scrapping with Pudding. But the problem is,
Right,
Pudding
here's the
Pudding
thing.
was built here. He was made for this.
Fanji enjoys winning, okay? He likes to win. More than anything else.
It doesn't feel like a winning position, does it?
They're alive. They're definitely still alive. I don't think Andy's towers have really achieved too much, but he is up to Castle Age now. He's got a lot on stone, so let's see where the castle comes from when he gets to Castle Age. Bread's up as well.
He's really trying to get rid of this stable.
Husky's just keeping it alive.
Oh, well done. Pops a night out on that side. Oh, it doesn't actually kill the last of the Vil because they hopped in the tower. Groovy.
Man, Boo has a shit ton of light cav on the outside. Doing a really good job here.
And it's more Vil kills. And we deny the second lot of walling. I think this is starting to spiral.
He just overchopped. He just overchopped in the last few seconds. No!
Pete, no! Oh,
Disaster.
And he
that
only
is
just
literally
noticed.
the last 20 seconds on the overchop.
This is like, Boo's done this more than once to people.
Pete's not had the best games from what I've seen on flank. On Chaos Pit, and he might be fuming at his captain. Oh, Boo! Why? Oh, Boo! Come on, man. He's gonna get that gate anyway. He might be fuming at his captain for not picking Shrubland.
Well, yeah, at least you can have a nice secure flank castle coming down.
Oh, he's opened it. He's opened it, Pete! No!
No.
Oh, he closed again. Fuck's sake! Boo, pay attention, man.
And it's the weak scout that got through as well, so not the... But all of this is just... It's dire timings. We also
There's a
broke
lot
through the
going on.
stable.
Yeah. Castle going up there. Only a few villagers. There are some knights to support. Fred's got double siege ram at home, and they just call it because
The damage, too much.
basically Fanjis way behind, and Pete is essentially dead now as well.
I think even if that douche had come up, like even if that TC had finished on top of Andy, I don't think that changed squat.
Well,
This is prep strat as well. Like, these are all picked civs.
yeah, for sure. It maybe doesn't change the result of the game, but it certainly prolongs the game for a lot longer. Let's put it that way.
Like that, it's kind of mad to have. Bear in mind that it randomed Chaos Pit. Persians was like our first pick. First pick.
And that feels like a lot of value just kind of went down the Swanee.
Yeah, just up the shitter.
Great. Right down the Swanee.
Well, there we go. That's game number 1 in favour of Team Twat. And for some reason, it's... Hold on, I need it to... I need Boo's ass. Thank you very much. That's better. And I want it to... Why is Happy the Andy the captain? No.
I am the captain now.
Denied. Thank you very much.
So big advantage for Team Boo, or Team Twat, since they only
Team
use Franks and
Twat.
Slavs, and then 2 random picks, or 2 admin picks at the bottom, whereas Fanji's got rid of Persians first pick. Khmer and Magyars pretty high up, and then Byzantines as well, and takes Byzantines away from Team Islands. So...
Yeah, not bad. So...
It's not a great start for Team Fanji, let's put it that way.
No. And that's Persia. No Persians. No Magyars. No. Was that Byzantines in there? No. Yeah, it was. What the fuck? Oh, I hate that so much. I hate that so much.
And Persians are also a very good water sieve, or, hybrid water sieve on other maps as well,
Yeah.
especially the early game.
Slabs.
So takes it away from those other maps as well, which is really good for Team Boo.
Wow. Well, it's certainly an interesting start to game number 1. It certainly puts us into perspective for how I hope this isn't how the rest of the set goes. Fun though, like enjoyed it, but probably enjoyed it more than Team Fanji did.
Yeah, they're gonna go Zimbabwe next. That's what's selected in the map. So they're going to go for Team Boo home map. You're probably going to have to, well, yeah, you're going to have to win one of them now to win the series.
So, what do we think here then? We go both Cumans and Tatars?
I think Cumans and Tatars, the question for me, where the Cumans get played? They played them in the middle before. They could get played on the foot side and the bottom, but they've got Hindustanis as well. I think Hindustanis are probably more likely to go down there.
I think we have to have a Camel Civ in play here. So what? Like Hindustanis, Tatars, Cumans, and like Lith or Teutons? Okay.
I actually think they're going to play Ethiopians in the middle of the archers.
For range? I don't hate that.
V8 would be the other option as well. Rattans could get played there.
But Vietnamese is such a pick for Compass.
It could get used on Compass, so you just know where TCs are going up.
It's just useful for that. You can build your strat around where you know your opponents are. We've pretty much seen Vietnamese picked on Compass every single game that it's been available. So I don't see that changing. But then again, I didn't see Persians, Magyars, Khmer, and Byzantines on Chaos Pit either.
Yeah.
So.
I'm really not sure about Team Boo and what we're going to get here. I think Turks is an absolute cert to get played on this map.
You think Turks and Goths?
Yeah, I can see Goths going in the middle as well. It's almost like Team Boo are very happy with Fanjis home maps anyway, and they kind of actually didn't prioritise Zimbabwe. Just because there's so much water. Like, so much water civs have just went straight from the get-go from that side.
And I guess with Turks...
Like Iranians, Armenians, Bengalis, Japanese, Malays, Saracens.
Yeah.
Chinese for the other one.
We don't even need to burn through Gujaras here either. Like...
I think they will play them here. I'm not too sure where else they're going to get played.
Yeah. Like, we've got a great selection of camel civs. So, like, we've got versatility. We can go for something else if we need to or want to. Fun. Okay. Vibes.
It is fun. I think we'll see what we get. I think Turks and Gujaras are a cert for me. If they want to play CA on the top side, their best option is probably going to be Huns. But that takes away a Paladin Civ from another map, so they might feel super confident and play Japanese up there, since that's their CS Civ they can use. Or they could play Bulgarians.
Yeah, Bulgarians at the top is a really good shout, actually. Like, really good shout. Like, you can still go scouts in the early game, try and help put some pressure down, but also helping lock down the north. You can also cav archer from Bulgarians for a little bit as well. Like,
yeah, I can see cav arch from Bulgarians getting played up there for sure.
That'd be a bit of fun. I don't see that very often, but I'd like that. I'd like that. Give us some of the things I'd like, damn it, Team Fanji. give me some of the joy. We shall see as the game begins. Failed to download match content. Bollocks.
In Hindustanis, it is Vietnamese, Cumans, Tatars, so we're pretty spot on with that. And then it's very interesting civs from Team Boo. It is Gujaras and it is Bulgarians, but it's Bengalis and Malay in the middle.
Malay?
Bengalis and Malay, so Malay with a timing could be interesting. But they have still played archers with them, typically, on this map, or Andy's been playing archers, and Malay can't do that, right? So...
Malay's the compass civ.
They're basically a civ for any of the maps for water, and they've played them on a land map.
Ah, these guys are like they're cooking me. They are actually cooking me. I don't know what they're doing. Like magic, absolute magic. That's how it's supposed to be. Prove me lost and confused.
One of the most interesting parts for me, if it's like a tournament goes on, is like the whole rock paper scissors element of like So when you play rock, paper, scissors and you use rock, you're more likely to use rock again because you've had success with it.
Yeah.
And like I think that whole gamesmanship of like trying to like work out what someone's going to do and if we're going to do the same thing and being like a step ahead is always very interesting to me.
I guess that is a point, considering like maybe that was potentially one of the downfalls of like Team Turs, who I would say were probably one of the favourites to potentially win the whole thing. But they played effectively exactly the same every single game, and by the time they reached Boo, it's like, I'm not saying that it had necessarily been solved, but it was expected.
You have to adapt as the tournament goes on, for sure.
Oh, yeah, they're right. Dino is enjoying sitting watching in the pub, but would prefer to see the whole screen. Sorry. Sorry.
The one thing I was wondering with humans and what side they'd play, they actually play on the top side. And I love that Fanji's being greedy. He's basically said, no, I want the extra food, and I'm going to play on the bottom side because I want to take the rhinos and I want to take the elephants. And he's like, fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, Cuman's in the mid. So basically, you were so right, though. It's like Vietnamese here as well. Nobody can say that they've been predictable, other than for you. You've been disturbingly accurate with with some of these Civ selections. You're like, Vietnamese, no, they go here. Like, they work.
You remember how many practice series I said we played?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you've seen.
I've seen a lot of things. You kind of get a good idea of where things are going to get played.
I mean, in a pure Civ matchup, I don't necessarily feel like Team Boo is that far is like behind. If this goes to like, we need a really cracking eco rolling for Team Fanji. If it goes like properly imp, then I think they've got a really good shout. But if this is like late castle, early imp, I kind of prefer that, like a timing based play out of Team Twat.
Yeah, late game could be interesting. But I think there's probably a lot is going to happen in between all of that. I'm surprised they picked up Turks at the end there and haven't played them here and opted to go for Malay.
Would Turks have then ended up suffering potentially against this draft, against this Civ selection? I don't think they would have done.
I don't think they would have.
I think they would have been fine.
Playing against Viet can be a little bit awkward when they have their own range units that are pretty strong, but they're basically playing the same strat that they have. And he's going to make some archers. Boo's going to go FC. And it's the same thing on the other side. Ronnie going for his second TC on stone there. And Fanji is also going for a range himself. So he's not going for any FC Rattan plays, going double range.
Nice startings of some walls from Pudding.
Yep.
And keeping an eye out.
Going for a stable, no big surprise. Stable from Nathan. Stable there. Stables all round on the outside, so nothing hugely surprising. Basically, the biggest deviation we have is Vietnamese going double range.
And that's a scout fight win for Andy.
Oh, okay, nice.
Even though Pete was running over with a spear, Andy's timing was just about right and got the kill. So really nice there. Means that we're able to keep scouting out. Now, I think we're in a position where Pete can't really afford to like big wall the same way that Pudding is. And so we're seeing kind of much tighter walls. We're going around to try and keep the gold safe. And I think we'll probably prioritize just sort of keeping ourselves safe, or as safe as possible at the start. Oh no, we are still trying to go for the big walls. Vibe. vulnerable as archers
they-
move forward.
They have got more reserved as the tournament has went on, so to speak. People have been going for straight to the outside. The people have kind of been going for more egg walls and walling to the back as the tournament's progressed.
I think that's been a nice development because we saw probably the first set that I cast on Zimbabwe was just the dirtiest attempt at really long walling all the way to the edge of the map. And
there has been some big walls for sure.
And they just died because, of course, they
Yeah.
did. Because the scouts arrived, and then the archers arrived, and all the vills died, and then we weren't safe, and we hadn't got any prep.
Okay, where's Andy's archers? They're forward. Pete is in a bit of a coma right now, which is not great. Obviously, good guy's not making any army at all. But on
Classic.
the other side, Fanji's also coming forward with his own archers. So there might be a bit of a trade here. Pete might be losing a few vills, but same thing for Nathan. But
I was about to say, it's not too many archers. That's 5 archers in play, and putting scouts. And we are beelining straight past Pete. We're going, fuck Pete. We don't care about Pete. Pete's going to tank it anyway. And we are heading straight over to try and put our pressure onto the potentially vulnerable wood line of Tusky. So, I'm assuming nice scouting, actually.
it's a long way to travel to force a tower. Like, forcing a tower is good, but Tusky's likely going to be on gold anyway. You can always just buy the stone back. I don't know. It's a tricky, but Tusky will likely notice and just put a tower up. Who's going to go for a castle in the middle? He's just going to go for Rafa. Not a huge surprise.
It's a pretty passive tower.
Yeah, he just needs to make sure that he's safe, and that tower will do it. And then I'm not really sure where these archers are going to go now.
Ooh,
Like,
and they
Tusky
kill a
shouldn't
Vil.
miss a Vil, but he does.
Took a while for Pete to come over and play defense.
Fanji's doing the same thing, bottom side as well. Archer's travelling hell of a long way. There's a tower already there from Bread. There's a tower there from Nathan. It's almost like that's the best you can hope for.
Oh, we might lose. No, nice response. Pudding is there. Tusky backing it up. Pudding then dives. Oh, okay, no. Baited into the TC. I guess it was just as the archers arrived at the front of his base. And I kind of like what Tusky's done here. Just see, like, he's just got the follow command on the archers.
He's literally on follow.
So he doesn't really need to be looking. His follow stand ground.
Bloody hell.
Maybe not the most useful then.
For me, almost what's happening on the outside is nearly completely moot at the moment, because we have good guy going castle in the middle, but we have the siege workshop up from Boo. We've got Rafa there, and armor. Like if we get a good mass of armored elephants, maybe a couple of monks behind us as well with big archer numbers. Fanji and good guy could be in some problems. This is a lot of pressure on good guy to clear everything basically. He's going to make a lot of army quickly.
Armored elephants.
And armored elephants just rip through everything. And he can't come over and make more stone balls behind anyway.
You
This
can't.
is one downside with humans.
You can't really batter them down with villages either. Like,
Oh no, not with Rafa and archers there.
Yeah. oh boy.
He is going to be in a lot of problems here. And he's having to spend all this wood on houses. He needs it for more stables.
They're looking pretty good, aren't they?
Yep.
They're looking very good. Timing's decent. Will I even be able to finish my 4-pack? I hope so.
Oh, imagine if the series is done before a 4-pack is finished.
I swear to God, if we finish this series and I haven't had to give up on the ciders and move on to the wine, I'm going to be absolutely fucking furious. But in comes the damage. Ratha onto the Vils.
You can just camp the gold. That's all he's got to do right now is camp gold.
Getting the
Where's a
pushback.
decent amount of archers?
I was
Where,
going to say,
where the fuck are
14
Andy's?
archers.
Andy, where's your archers, man? Bring them over. Fuck's sake.
Team play. who needs team play? At least we've got some knights out from Ronan. Okay. Pulled pint.
I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen like a monastery or some more armored delis from Boo. But he's just He's just making more Rafa for the meantime.
Turned into quite a popular unit as the Ratha of late.
Oh, for sure. And good guy's going to try and make a siege workshop. I don't really know what for, but that's never going to go up.
I love the elephant casually getting rid of that market. Like, it's so irritating. We've got a second one. Of course who doesn't double market in this day and age? We're safe. We've still got some scouts running around the back of Tusky's base as we are completely exposed. Didn't even bother trying to full wall that. Just expecting to deal with the pressure. So everything is pretty much just on how well Ronan can defend this. And to be honest, Elephant clears. Maybe just a siege workshop from somebody soon. But instead we go for a second TC from Fanji. No siege workshop defense.
And in this danger area, no less. And here comes the mango. Basically, one big mango shot from Boo could settle the game here. It's like 2v1 in army. We're just kind of delaying as much as we can. The CA coming over. The night numbers are building up. One big mango shot can make a huge difference here.
I'm just so shocked
That's a good start.
No siege workshop from Team Fanji. Like,
I don't think it makes too much of a difference when there's that much Rafa, to be honest. Because they can just go melee mode, super easy, just get close, and they're so fucking annoying to deal with right now. They're just delaying as much as they can.
Maybe they need to be slowed down. Maybe they need to be not so speedy.
I'm not sure what a balance change would look like.
They already get chased down by knights, I guess, and other like cav units.
Yeah, but going on to range mode is super nice. You know, it's something that's not normal in the game. Got a big engagement coming. There's two mangoes there.
And it's
how greedy is Boo gonna get with this mango shot? He's looking for it. He's looking for it.
Oh, he tried.
CA there as well.
The CA was a little bit late. Decent hit on them. We clear up all of... Yeah, this is kind of toast. We did lose a lot of our Rafa.
All the knights are dead. There's not a single knight left over.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Fanji. He's dodging.
And the mangoes.
Oh, God's two. Like,
one more shot. And Boo just wants a big shot. He's just looking for it so bad.
Fanji's little bit of micro there was fine, but the archer numbers of Andy is now significantly bigger. We've got pressure all over the darn shop. We've at least pushed the scouts back. We've got camels on the way over from Tusky, but camels aren't really going to do a huge amount in the mid.
Like I said, basically what's happening on the outside is very, very unimportant right now. Everything's been funneled through the middle. The good guy totally pushed off his gold for the meantime, so even if they lose some army there, he's barely producing anything. He's having to use the market. Front foot for Team Boo here for sure. It's looking really, really good for Team Boo. And look at many TCs in the back as well, Tom. Like, they're just going to boom up crazy behind us.
It's King Boo all over the shop. It's just how it goes for this team. They have a nice balance between sort of like greed and aggression. So it's like they're not even all in on this push, right? They're just trying to they're not trying to end the game right here. It's not all in. It's pretty patient actually for being in your opponent's base. Like, they're not pushing in too far. They're just trying to take good trades. and make everything costly and upset as much eco as they can while they're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It does mean that it will give Fanjis private sheets a chance to stay alive. Like, Fanji's done a pretty good job of getting up to a decent Vil number compared to everybody else. We're at 71 Vils for good guy, but it's just we're not really on any good res. Like,
No.
lack of gold.
He does have some bells in the bag now, but yeah, it's tricky.
Camels arriving as well.
Look at, oh my god, look at the lumber camp in Boo's base. Look how much micro's been going on. At the back. At the back.
Well,
He has not looked there in a while. Oh,
knows.
he's listening to the stream. He's listening to the stream.
And while he does that, the army does get pushed back out. So we clear the front.
Yep.
So fair play.
Differences starting to grow though.
Oh, mango shot. Not huge. Not huge. I mean, fair play in this hold. Like, genuinely, fair play. Because I think a lot of teams would have been completely dead there. They're still, I would say, on the back foot. The fact that Boo is up to 91 Vils, so now more than Ronan by quite a bit. They're
definitely on the back foot for sure, yep.
But the Vil count is not too dissimilar right now. It's just the access to gold and getting back on. We were swift getting back onto gold for Ronan. The knight number's slightly less important now, I think. Now that Camel's such a big part of the mass. Big crossbow
Very
numbers.
kind of equalish kind of looking armies in terms of like what they're going comp wise.
Yeah.
One player both going Expo, one player both going Knights. Boo's kind of going CA, but his CA can also go for melee. One player each going camels. There's every player here in the middle. It's just like everything is being funneled right down as part of the map.
I mean, the actual military mass advantage though is in favour of FPS. 85 to 71. Nice little camel engagement there. Clears up a few of the Ratha and gets rid of the siege, and we are not in a position to push forward. Like, so it would not be ideal to be baited in closer to where the reinforcements can come in, because we're just going to lose the fight and then start losing an eco. So pulling back to your defences, pulling back to where your reinforcements and your production buildings are going to be, is brilliant for Team Boo, and will mean that long term we start taking better and better fights. But at the moment, this is going to give us some time to regain some space at the front and potentially, I don't know, re-wall.
Yeah, and I think like with all of this, like Boo's team have done a really good job of just securing the map. They've got walls coming up the top side. Boo, of course, already has a castle in the middle, so this part is relatively safe. Looks like Andy's going to try and get up here. You can see Nathan's also putting a castle down on the bottom side. So, like, I think everything they've done so far is really nice, and they have this equal advantage now, which...
Yeah, I mean, 50 Vil lead is pretty tasty, and up to 124 Vils for Boo off. What's that, 5 TCs? 4 TCs?
Yeah. And Andy's going to be up them, so he's going to have ARPs in. He's going to have plus... He's going to have the plus damage from the bracer. And it's really quick, being melee as well.
Oh god, oh yeah, melee. Not even going elephants here, you know, we're just arbing it up.
Yep.
And imp on the way for Boo as well.
All you gotta do is just delay.
And then go for trash two-handed swordsman and spam them indefinitely. Is that not the strat?
Sure, yeah. Boo's going mass barracks. Interesting.
I am assuming that we're just going full pike then. Or halb? I guess that pair's fine if we've got Halb Arb at the start.
Yeah, open Halb. I think long term you probably want Bengalis on early arch, and then melee can always go on to infantry as the game progresses.
Is that he's effectively going for this until they're at the point where their trade is up and running safely?
Yeah, I think it's a much smarter opening for sure.
There we go,
And
Imp on the way in.
He has the massive crossbows already, so...
FPS. I will say Cap Ram is quietly doing really well here for the Cumans. Speeding up our little push in. But that's a lot of camels.
It's a lot of army just overall.
Yeah, not a great fight. And actually Ronan gets trapped away from his team and surrounded. That's a trapped army. That's all of those knights are fucked. That was
That's a dead army.
That's a dead army.
Oh god.
That is that's the worst thing that could have happened to them right there. Like that.
look at the rest of them just leaving. Like, oh, see you later, buddy. Nope, we're out of here. And even a few rams dying as well. That's another couple hundred gold, more wood down the drain.
Throws his timing for a loop as well, and look at them, they're trying to stonewall back up at the front of the base, but it's like it's not even fortified, mate. Like, they're going to be an imp when pressure comes through. We don't even necessarily need to come through the middle anymore. Oh god.
Oh god, indeed. That's not a good feeling. That is really not a good feeling.
Oh,
now, Andy's heavy on stone. Castle forward likely coming. We also have Boo Siege Elephant upgrade coming in, and Halb Siege Elephant with all of this army here is going to be it's going to be potent, should we say? There's
no answer to Arb here at all. Like,
I'm just going to go Imperial Skirm, and Imperial Skirm is the best unit in the game. So, good luck, guys.
I mean, chemistry, bracer. Elite skirmer is in.
Come on, we got to see Imperial Skirmisher.
It's only 5 ranges. Like, how much wood do we have in the bank? I guess we've only got 90 vils. 32 and 30, so fine. Our upgrades are decent.
God. Just having all this army in your main base, it's not a great feeling.
Oh, it's like, what's his name? Daniel Bedingfield, is it? Is that what it was?
I gotta get through this.
Yeah.
Gotta get through this.
It's either that or you had a bad day.
Daniel, what was his name? It was something else. He's a proper one.
Yeah, true one-hit wonder. Yeah. The one-hit
Power,
wonder.
that's it. Yeah.
Daniel Power. Powter. Yeah.
That's the one.
And I think he re-released that same track multiple times after each time attempting to to break into the music industry and failing each time. Yeah.
It's not looking good, Tom.
It's not looking
on the
good.
left-hand side. He's playing with his flank now. He's playing with Nathan there. Got Frontier Guards. He's got heavy camel coming in, so he might just be biting off a little bit more than he can chew for the meantime. But Andy is moving over. Imperial Skirm is in. They're beautiful. One of my favourite units to look at in the game for sure.
I mean, they've got just funky feathers. That's all you need, isn't it? Funky
They just
feathers.
look awesome.
Need more swords, but at the moment, everything going well. Elite Elephant Archer, Frontier Guards, Pikes, Heavy Camel Rider, Conscription, and Pudding on the way to Imp as well. So, yeah. Though...
And he's just going to make Cavalier by the looks of it.
Tusky did get in to Nathaniel's base with some spears and killed his gold.
Yeah.
and Boo's like, seriously, do you want to deal with this? It's like, it'd be nice to trade there eventually.
Okay, are they getting some ground back here? Feels like a lot of those camels that die before upgrades come in, but Tusky's numbers aren't great either. He's also waiting on Imperial Camel. And I think Imperial Camel full upgrades and Gajara Camels with their full upgrades trade relatively well.
They're fine. Imp camels
Like
are better, but like,
equal trades, if I remember correctly. Like, it's not too far off. Numbers will depend a lot. Good guy has a lot of Cavalier now. Just missing attack, obviously missing Paladin. Husky has like no gold. He's got 9 vills on gold right now. This is a disaster.
Are they trying to get a good timing up? They don't dive this numbers of art. Like, that's not enough. That's not enough. And he pulls back. Cav Archers loop round, see if they can do a little bit of damage. That we could still break in. Like, there's still only some bits of the wall, a palisade. So these Cav Archers could get in and be an absolute nuisance. So I like that we might be trying to see if we can achieve something. We're regaining a bit of space up to the north, but the pressure is still full on in the middle. Now that we've got the elite elephant archers out in the midst, the Arbs are really going to start to struggle. Cavalier.
There's Krepos everywhere over there as well, though.
It is a good. It's a good pick.
Damage, that is going to be difficult. They will find a lot of elves for the meantime. Like, you can kind of go in between, but you're going to lose a lot of your CA.
It's like, oh no, I'm killing some of Boo's vills. However, is he gonna cope with his 140 and 150 vills for Boo and Pudding? Like, if anything, this is helping.
Killed a lot of elves. That's a nice one from Pete. Big engagement in the middle, though. Cavalier attacking before blast. Army numbers very equal. Arc is coming up. Not a lot of trade on the map yet at the moment.
I thought we were going to see more Halb on the field early game from Boo, but pretty late.
I think it was enough, to be honest. Yeah. I think it was enough.
There we go. Market's down. I mean, again, we've kind of felt like Team Fanji has been pretty comfortably on the back foot for like the entirety of the game, but have done a really good job of constantly just about managing to hold. Now, I'm not sure if that's because Team Fanji have done an amazing job at holding, or if because Team Boo have not been like pushing too far themselves. I don't know.
Yeah, they're holding on, and actually we have Boo just sending out a lot of villagers now. A lot of them are just dying.
Yeah.
And we have BBC support, so the Cripples will go down pretty quickly. And obviously it's great for some map control, but not a lot of HP on them.
And we were killing a few vills over, specifically Boo's vills, with 3 Cav Archers on the right, pulling some of Bum Sauce's attention as well. But all the while, we're just slowly dying in the mid.
I think Good Guy needed to go help, and I think he needed to go Soul if he could have got it. Which is kind of like an easy hindsight thing, but I think that probably would have been a better option for him.
It's crazy that they've, even with all of this, they bar Fanji, they're all over 120 vills. Like,
yeah.
Like, that's pretty mad to have had this much pressure and comfortably boom up, secure their side of the map, and be in a position where they're starting, and I mean starting, to get some trade up and out themselves. A little bit behind the other team, but hey, it might not necessarily end anytime soon.
Nope. And Pete's going to have close to 70 CA. He is playing very good at the moment. These ones are a bit stand groundish towards their own base. TC here from Nathan and Andy.
And he's not looking.
Having to focus on so much in different areas. It's really difficult to play CA in multiple different parts of the map.
Halb's killing Trebs. They can't even engage with the Cav either. That's unfortunate. And we lose most of our Cav Archer mass on the right-hand side as well. There's Nathaniel and Pudding team up with Hussar, so it's effectively a free trade. I think position they're still kind of rough.
This middle is stalling out just because of skirms. Like, they haven't got anything to deal with skirms at the moment, which is crazy to think about.
Fanji's
And
top
one
score.
bomber, yeah, 1 or 2 bomber cannons ain't gonna cut it. He's probably got a crazy KD. I'm gonna check it. Yeah, KD over 2. Pete's is over 2. Like, he's just going to trade very well against Arv, against Ellie Arch. And Boo said, sack it. I'm not going to stay here anymore. The Ellie Arch are leaving. They're going somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, we're clearing up the north again, but the Cav Archer mass is still kind of staying up high. Is there a decent window for them to balance this out? Is it for Ronan now to add in the SO just to help team up? Or is it to just throw in some more siege?
Not if we're going to focus on the top side, right? Like, if we're going to focus the top side, we're going to prioritize the mobility, so we want to have the Cav there. But if we were concerned about the front and the Ellie Arch being there, then maybe we would want Onagers there. But honestly, the skirms are doing absolutely fine. They're doing fine now. They're like, Boo's struggled to get up to a mass of Ellie Arch.
Well, they still die to elite skirms, right? Or imp skirms, as it is in this one.
They
So
do when there's that many, yeah, which is obviously why he's not fully invested in it when there's nearly 100 skirms on the field. But the tars here are brutal, because Pete can just go up the hill, get all the extra bonus.
well, you're very unlikely, especially if they manage to secure the top, you're very unlikely to be able to easily push the Tatars out of this north side if they get a foothold. Siege Ram's good, but it needs to be at numbers. And there needs to be military there backing it up. And I guess there's a little bit. We'll push them back. Flaming camels!
Flaming camels!
Flaming camels! Send them forth! Send forth the flaming camels!
So a lot of skirms that might die to these camels now in the middle. 2 different kind of battles going on here, top side and in the middle. But middle seems to be stalling out a little bit.
Yeah, I think they turn their attention maybe too far away over onto the right-hand side. Fanji loses his entire army. It's a big push in. There's no siege supporting it, though. So it'll push in and then die to the reinforcements eventually. So I'm not... Unless there's some Trebs or something coming along soon, I don't think it does anything other than maybe distract for a little bit. So I still think this right-hand side is looking a little bit better. Heavy Scorp out, though. Should do nice.
It's looking better, but they are getting pushed in the middle. And if they get through the middle and they get into the back of the eco, you're in the trade, then you're in major, major problems.
Still no siege, though.
Like, you can have gold control all you want, but if you're getting pushed and losing all your villagers and stuff in the middle, it's going to be very difficult to control the game.
Fanji still
It's
top
need some
score.
siege up, for sure. Tufsky doesn't have a lot of army, Good Guy doesn't have a lot of army.
I mean, Fanji doesn't have a lot of army. Oh, well,
He has a lot of
he
skirmishers.
does. Where the hell are they?
They are basically
Spread out all
scattered.
over the shop.
They are scattered.
Literally, that's a bit unfortunate, considering that there was like 52 on the field. Yeah, not where he wanted them. Not where he wanted them at all.
Plus 100 army now, Tom.
And they're in. They're in.
They are in. I know there's a gap there. They probably didn't know that the walls have been deleted. So they know they can run through to a degree.
That's bad.
Towers are coming up. There's Trebs coming now. It's potentially going to take a miracle for Team Fanji to get something done here. But they are still pushing
I
the
mean,
north
they
side.
are still pushing. And it has pulled all of the army of Nathaniel over. They put the fear in. It's a solid defense. Ronan picking off some of Pudding's vills. But it's a nice dive in. We should clear all the Trebs. And that's probably enough army to clear everything here on this right-hand side. Yeah.
It's a lot of camels. Have we got to get the camels the other side? Oh. He
Good
got
job.
that. Castle
job.
denied at 95%. I think if they got the camels on the left-hand side and had them trapped there, it would have been huge, but we sent all the camels to the one side.
Keeping the cav archers alive, really, really nice. But at the same time, push in the middle is now supported by siege, and we've got bombard towers.
Okay, the
Locking
Tuscan
off the
Raiders,
front.
baby. We've got the Tuscan Raiders.
Oh dear. Arson on the way in as well for Happy the Andy.
That's panic stations. Fanji's going to try and make 2 castles. 3 castles! And the trade line here, right in the middle. He sees how important that's going to be. They can't get pushed here.
Might be a little too late. Hold seems good on the right hand side. Fanji tries to get a castle up on the right hand side himself, actually, but
He's going to get up.
I don't know
No
what it
shot, that doesn't
achieves.
go. Just secures that part of the map a little bit more. All those Tatarsi are just eating everything there now as well. He's still got a micro though.
Yeah, that Treb support in the mid though. We are clearing it out. Production buildings going down. So as it stands, it's like elite Rattan archers and imp skirms are not in significant numbers. Military count is in the damn hell. In the damn hell. The entire military is effectively made up of 36 cav archers.
Yeah, and even Fanji basically has no military now.
Yeah. Like the production, as soon as those production buildings were down in the mid, with the Trebs coming over, it's put us in such a tough spot. And I don't know how easy it is to bounce back from this. Vil count is still pretty close, but it's like who's being molested and who's not. I tell you, whoever is being molested ain't happy about it.
They are definitely not happy. Oh god.
It's yeah, I mean,
There's only so much M-Skirm can do. It kind of feels like the units are just going to be much better now. Husky's kind of getting to decent Imperial camel numbers, but he's been losing a lot of them to Halb.
it's just solid trade numbers as well. So now we can afford, we can afford to have that big mass of elephant archers, and it doesn't matter if we're trading maybe slightly shit in cost effective when you can replace them. And if we're seeing the
trade
difference in
numbers are much
production,
better.
so
Trade numbers are much better. The gold counts aren't very healthy for everyone overall. The only person that was floating a lot there was a good guy. He's had consistently about 20, like that 26 trade he's had for a long time, so it's going to pay off pretty well.
just
But he's not spending it. He has the gold, and he hasn't really spending it at all.
consistency, falling a little flat today. I mean, this is the first time that Fanji's had the Vil high in the game, so that's nice. Oh, other than pudding. Raid! Hey! There we go, good guy. Good guy gets a little raid in onto the trade. How exciting.
Star in the back is nice, yep.
There's camels on the way over already. As we are now pushing through the mid, and we are finally hitting that trade. Just as we were getting caravassaries up. That's caravansaries. Sarais.
Sarais, I guess?
Yeah, fuck off, don't judge me. Like,
Yeah, I'm not sure how we stop these Ellie Arch now.
I mean, it's
EVT
early
behind.
archers, yeah. With the siege elephants as well.
And the siege elephants as well, yep.
Really nice. So it's just like they're locking it down. This is some like immediately Happy the Andy ban from every deathmatch lobby possible. Bombard tower creep across the map. Just to help support. And it's over. It's been a pretty darn good hold from FPS. I think they've done really, really well. But I do think a chunk of that was down to King Boo's squad being maybe a... It's not passive, because they weren't passive. They just didn't they never like put the nail in the coffin. They always just only went so far. Made sure that they didn't like throw away their whole army, trapping it inside their opponent's base and losing it for nothing. You know, that kind of thing.
They all bought enough time,
Yeah.
you know, to get to what they wanted to do, basically.
Are we saying this is good captaincy? Is this solid captain planning and a team that actually listens? Is this the power?
I'm actually kind of surprised that I feel like Fanji's put himself in a position in both of the games, not just this game, but the first game, where it's been difficult for him to be effective, which I think is not what you want for a captain.
Yes, you sort of want to be dictating the strategy and then able to sort of hold. One of the things that we've seen Team Fanji
you want to
do
dictate
really
with your gameplay as well.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
you know, like you want to be using that skill difference that you have. And obviously the castle age and the hold with the crossbows and stuff was really good in terms of how microed around the mangoes and stuff. But I don't know.
The past few sets, like both like Fanji and Pete playing opposite flanks and giving their lower rated players the time to sort of like boom up and then join in, it has been really, really strong, and it doesn't necessarily feel like we've been able to see that in these first two games, because even though Fanji and Pete was sort of flanky, it did not play out in that comfortable way at all. And maybe that's like the introduction of players like Pudding, like it meant that Fanji's having to deal with that nonsense instead of playing against somebody more standard, and maybe that's just throwing him a little bit for the loop.
If you're having to make skirmishers as captain, as your highest skill player, it doesn't feel phenomenal, right?
But I guess that's also sort of the point of the game, where we're like actually where the civs start to become a little bit more of a struggle if you're not necessarily even when Ellie archers are out, and maybe if they'd managed to hold and had a slightly better control of their trade, if we were at the point where Vietnamese were able to start, like, I don't know, making some of their own elephants, like battle elephants to throw in, something a little bit meaty into the mix, that there might have been something.
I think we need a Talbesso from Cumans.
Dan's agreeing. Cumans into Halbesso. So hey, you've heard it from all our gamers. But unfortunately, Team Twat is gaming 2-0 up in the grand finals.
If Dan agrees, then obviously it's correct. Now, I think when you're 2-0 down, so when you're 1-0 down, I don't mind going for one of those away maps, so to speak, just to get yourself, you're going to have to win them anyway if you want to win the series, but I think you need to go for a home map now just to try and get the ball rolling a little bit. I think Fanji's team have got to play a banker. I think you need to get back in the series just to get the ball rolling. You need to get to Game 5 to win the series. So it doesn't really matter. So do you want to leave the least confident one, which I don't think Compass will be their least confident one. I actually think the first two maps are probably the maps are least confident on. And the three maps remaining, I think, are actually better suited for Fanji's team in terms of personnel.
So do we rock Two Rivers first?
I think it's whatever you're most confident on. With Two Rivers, you kind of don't know what you're going to expect because of the way the map can spawn. Compass obviously has the question marks in terms of people, you don't know where people are going to place their TCs. It could be a bit of a messy map. Team Islands, I think they might go TI because it's a bit more predictable.
Yeah.
And they've seen what Team Boo have been doing, so it's just a matter of can they stop it or not.
It's tough. It's actually a rough map draft for FPS, isn't it? Because Team Islands is a really comfy map for Team Twat.
I think the map draft is good, but the civ draft, they're kind of fucked up because they gave up all the water civs.
Oh, I didn't click them off. That's a Malay win. That's a Bengali win. That's a
Bulgarians.
win.
And then
And
Gujaras.
Gujaras, that's it. And then it was Hindus losing and Vietnamese losing and
Tatars.
Tatars losing and Cumans losing. Whoo.
There's a lot of the Sevs going for Team
That's
Fanji. I
that's
think
an
it's a bit
awful
more
lot.
noticeable with the the skulls versus the crowns. But
Yeah.
it doesn't look fantastic in terms of like overall Civ strength for the rest of the series.
And I'm pretty sure it was like Poles and Bulgarians and Celts. Like it's kind of amazing. We've seen people kind of throw away the bottom, but I don't think Team Twat has thrown away anything actually. Like all of these civs have been played really, really well. So
They found good spots for them. But I think
Gravy.
it was the most. I also think it was the most obvious spots.
Got a lot of range left now, though.
There is for Fanji's team, but
Yeah.
we do have the two top, or one of the, I guess, two of the top three range civs, and mine's and Ethiopians. Britain's been the other one.
Like, yeah. Vibe. We've got quite a lot of civs that do quite well against range for Team Twat as well, though. So, like, I don't think we mind too much here.
So it is going to be two rivers. Let's see who's in the lobby. Tomard is in.
Wait.
Is getting unleashed. Also, Daisy is in, so she's playing.
Well, Daisy is
Daisy.
two rivers aficionado.
Mm-hmm.
It's their pocket hard carry.
I guess we're just waiting on Nathan to come in the same side with Andy. Yep. I'm just going to quickly run to the bathroom then and just grab a quick
That's all
drink.
right.
But Nathan's there.
Lobby's not appeared for me yet. There it is. And Pudding gets a break. A well-deserved break from hard carrying for the first two games, which makes sense. It's been a pretty darn good tournament for you, Pudding, hasn't it? I think you've definitely showed yourself off to be like a properly solid member of the team. And even though like Tomad is nominally the higher rated player between the two of you, I don't think that has actively been the truth, which is pretty mad. 1379. Like 1180 my arse. Exactly, 1180 my arse. I am 1180. I am 1180. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's the grand final, so I've got to dress up. You don't want to be disappointed with the grand finals. There's got to be a bit of showmanship for it. I've got to look better than my casting. As my camera froze there for a minute. Well, whatever. Whatever.
Still in the lobby? What the fuck?
Yeah, they're just taking their sweet time. Discussing strats. So, I mean, I'm expecting Liths, I'm expecting Burgundians.
Left for sure. Yep. Left, Burgundian. And I actually think it might just straight up play Mayan and Ethiopia.
Mayan Ethiopian, I was about to say, and that leaves. I guess we could have a Teuton pick instead. It's like, do you want Teutons on Team Islands? Probably not.
I'm not sure where they get played now, to be honest.
There's also Burmese. Always forgetting Burmese.
I like Japanese on Two Rivers just because your fish are super tanky and sniping them is always going to be something that happens.
I mean,
What's the belt?
Japanese, Malians, Huns. I probably would have wanted a. So maybe Turks actually. If
I don't know
they're
where
still
Turks would get played. I honestly have no idea.
I mean, they could be
Where
good
Turks
on
go.
Compass as well. I'd probably use them
All
on
right,
Two
we're in.
Rivers though. Yeah.
It's Boo versus Fanji.
Potentially the final map.
Potentially.
Potentially. Oh, I didn't leave the last one. What a twat. I'm like, ah. Saracens?
Yep.
Okay.
They make a lot of sense for flank.
And I guess that we use our Saracens as our camel sieve to mix in. That's, yeah, okay. I can fuck with that.
You missed a bit of nonsense. Fanji sent his Eagle Scout forward straight away and was trying to lame Boo. Oh.
Good. Didn't work out though. Bit of time though. Bit of mucking about time, and steals a sheep. 2 sheep.
Oh my! There is another boar at the back. Oh my! If he tries to go for this, it would be hilarious.
A little
Boo's
risky.
Scout. It would be extremely risky. Boo's taking no chances as well. He's like, "Yep, I'm gonna fight that." Don't blame you there, bud.
Beautiful. But hey, we did manage to nab 2 sheep, so that's something. And this is probably finally the kind of the team placement that Team Fanji actually wanted, right? Like,
this is a matchup we all wanted to see.
yeah,
I want to
Fanji.
see Fanji and Boo against each other.
Yeah,
Captain v Cap.
and Pete versus Andy, 2nd v 2nd. So it's down to how well our pocket players, our backups can do. Daisy, filling in on the side of Fanji, has been our hard carry in a great many games so far this tournament. So expecting good things. Doc already down as well for the Lithuanians. Yep. And I mean, I like the Civ selection. Pretty standard. Oh, yeah.
I think it's
right.
a tough one for Good Guy. Having Burgundians as well.
I would have liked a camel sieve in the mix. I like that. I think if you miss out on the camel, you can be punished a bit. I know we've got plenty of range to try and deal with that, but it means that the Saracens have a pretty nice window of flexibility that they've got there. And we're possibly a little bit vulnerable to kind of like large mass up of Cav. Like Paladin pretty much uncontested.
Oh, your sources went off a bit again, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Oh yeah, I mean it's so weird, isn't it? Like what is that?
I don't know. That is odd. And it's like you can see it's behind as well.
Yeah, like it's just shifts a little bit to the left, and then I end up with a bar down the right hand side. It's just odd. Oh well. Oh well.
I gotta say, the one thing I am disappointed in, this is the least interesting generation because the pockets are all so basically you can have the generation where one flank is basically out there on an island themselves and it's like they get fucked basically, but that isn't really. It's not as doable in this one just because the pocket's nice and close. They're connected by land, so it's not as easy to cut them off, right?
Yes, I mean it's a funky gen of the.
There's a lot of fish.
Of the
this
shallows.
Is a very fish heavy one.
Yeah, very fish heavy, and actually a pretty big advantage in that for team FPS. That's like if they nab that, could be groovy for them.
Yeah, being free wide is one of I think it's the biggest one you can do when they're like 3 fish wide.
Mm.
and it can either be one or two, basically. That's the one thing I do like about the map, is how much you want to fight for water and how valuable it could be, like, economy-wise. And, yeah, this is certainly a map where there's a fuck ton of fish. Let's put it that way.
It's the professional fuck ton.
And he has a sneak! I was wondering what was going to happen. He does have a sneak. It's up there in the north. He has a bill. He sneaks every fucking time.
Good.
And he has it.
Excellent. But will
I
Boo
don't
look
think-
for it?
I don't think... No! Oh, God. Fucking Fanji, honestly. No, he's just got a wall. He does have his eagle there, okay. And Boo's also going for the ranges at the front. Oh, God. And it's mines as well, so it's not going to take a lot to scale up these archers.
Oh, and he's gonna be hitting the
And he's just
vulnerable
gonna-
bits. Like
And
there's
he's
no
just going to stonewall the front.
there's no like there's no access to gold for Boo. Like when these archers come in.
Yeah, all the gold is at the back, and that's
Yeah.
perfect for Fanji. That is quite funny.
Who would have thought that gold at the back would be a disadvantage? But there you go, just two rivers things. Over on the other side, stonewalling up for Pete.
He's got two ranges behind it as well, though, so he is going to try and play aggressive. And the only palisading at the moment. Two ranges for him as well.
Stonewall slightly less effective against double archery range Saracens, of course, because you know they kill thing good. I think disrupting Tomad more useful than killing Boo?
So here's what I'm going to say. And this might sound disrespectful. You probably only need 4 or 5 archers to massively disrupt Tomart.
Yeah.
So whenever you want to peel off a few of them, you can go there, and you know but you probably want to be focusing a lot of your damage on Boo, and just making sure you're safe at home and you're walled. Yep, and he is.
Ooh, do we get through?
Daisy was only 2 dogs, by the way, so she's actually super far behind in numbers. And yeah, we're not going to get through there.
And loses
And
all of
left
the
side.
fish.
The left side isn't really happening too much. Fish are staying alive for the meantime, but there's also a fire there from Boo. And that fire's going to whip around and actually find them. But yeah, not a great start for Daisy there, actually.
Good Guy seems to have done a pretty good number of winning his side, though. So, you know, securing that southern is probably more expected. I don't think Daisy was particularly expected to be really doing a great job of contesting the water.
So here's the thing for Good Guy. He's made 8 galleys, he's got 3 more in the queue, and there's only 1 dock, not even fish there from Boo's team.
That's true, they've
So-
completely ignored it.
It's kind of like not even that important. So here's the first archer mass coming out from Fanji. Attack Boo, and I'd love to see 4 more just go to the Tomart.
How quick will Boo notice? That's 1 vil. 2 vil?
That's 1 bell, 2 bell, 3 bell,
3.
4 bell. He hasn't reacted to the other ones. At least 5. That's 5. 6.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
7?
7?
think
7?
he 7.
7!
Jesus.
Forces
come
a
to react now.
tower as well.
Power.
8?
Easy
Oh,
8.
fantastic. 9. That's
And here come the scouts. Boo's on
spicy.
23 belts.
That
He's in a
was
coma right now.
that was literally the best possible damage that we could have done there. Like that, absolutely brilliant. And we've got our second little mass up. We should probably go out with some scouts and start to look for that. Is there going to be a response from Tomad? Is there a change of plan? Blacksmith down. Looks like we're still kind of beelining towards trying to get to Castle Age. Done a good job on the water. Daisy back up to decent numbers. It's 7-7.
Yeah, she has. And here's the problem on the left-hand side, not contesting water at all. You can wall as much as you want. But if you're not contesting water, then it's gonna... Someone can just get in through anyway. And actually, for Andy, it's super unfortunate because his gold
Yeah,
is right next to that point.
right there.
So, like, that's the point they're going to be able to push in there.
Immediate beeline to go and find the archery ranges from Boo and Nathaniel. Love that. And we weren't necessarily producing, but the archers do go over to Tomad, and it's not just 4. It's really not just 4. Oh God!
It's 9. There's 3.
It's 9.
There's 4 villagers dead already. That's 5.
Oh dear!
When there's 9 archers, it's 2 hitting, so that's really nice. And the game might be over. That's how punishing a Fanjis sneak is, and he's been doing it all fucking tournament. He's been doing it all tournament, and they missed it.
Yeah, finally getting to play the game how they wanted to, right? Like this is what they were after, and it finally fucking works out. It's not even over yet. These archers can keep going. We could make our way over and hit Nathaniel as well.
So we could, but we do know that Nathan's not docked the left side, right? So he's had safe fish on the right side this full time. So we can make a relatively good guess. At minute 19, he's probably up to Castle Edge.
He's got the fishing ship literally here just to look for the archers. So he could know if they could come over, and so we should be having defensive knights immediately pop out. He's got the Vils moving away. So yeah, that was awareness. Really nice from Nathaniel. If you can't wall it, at least scout it. So defense should be okay. First of the knights should be heading immediately home defensively to clear up the 7 archers. But we didn't send anything over to get rid of the archers that Fanji has got in play over here. So the next little wave is almost semi-prepped. Castle Age on the way. The only reason we weren't making more is because we were just saving up.
Fanji's going to go all the way to Andy.
Oh no! But he knows, like he's searching for it.
They're trying, but
they're
it's
looking.
difficult.
Both of them are fighting, but
they're looking, and Fanji's just like, oh.
Look
and
at him
there's
go.
there from Pete. So Pete's looking. Pete's doing that is phenomenal from Pete. And Pete isn't really killing Andy at the front. He just has his expos there. He's put his siege workshop on. He isn't actually doing too much. The person who's going to kill Andy is Fanji with these 7 archers in the back.
They are looking for it. Will he at least hit the goal? Yes, he does. Oh God, no!
Knights are going to come over, trying to fight these archers off. 2 Vil goes down. 3 Vil goes down. 4, at least 5. And the archers are coming over.
They've got like 15 kills.
That's crazy. We see the equal KD for Fanji. 28-1. Minute 22. It's phenomenal value.
It's absolutely magic. We did lose our archers at the front though. As soon as just before Castle Age, we managed to force the engagement. So we clear that up. So nice and decisive out of boot. But I think Fanji's pretty happy with what we managed to do there, especially with Daisy hitting Castle, winning the water.
I think they might call GG pretty soon, to be honest. They get Cavalier in for Ronin.
Especially with Pete. Ethiopian.
Yeah, is crushing it.
And they do.
GG. Game's over. Well done, Fanji's team.
It's not a 3-0.
It's not. It's definitely not a 3-0. And man, what a good game to watch. What an entertaining game. I feel like even though both of those game 1 and this game, sub 25 minutes for both, but both they were both fun games, and then we had the longer games in between.
Absolutely. They're just balancing it out for us. So, keeping us on our toes. Is this the bounce back that they needed to take this all the way to game 5?
Like I said, they definitely needed a bounce back, and needed it probably in a map that they had the most confidence on. And that's a good start.
Yeah, really nice. Okay, okie dokie. We'll remember to leave the game this time.
Team Twat go for next? We got Team Islands and Compass. But I think I kind of feel like Boo's team probably treat both of the maps as home maps for them, and Fanji's team will still be relatively comfy on Compass as well.
I mean, they're pretty even. It's just that we don't. Again, we're down to the fact that we're at the point where hybrid and water sieves become really, really important. And
they're now at the massive premium, correct?
Yeah. Then again,
but
no Saracens, no Japanese.
No Japanese. Huns are gone as well.
I can't even remember what the last one was.
They lost Burmese.
Burmese.
Honestly, Aztecs on Compass would be fine. I think Fanji will play Aztecs on Compass.
I mean,
we'll see what's going to be next.
They still have Poles, Bulgarians, Celts, Aztecs, and Burmese.
Well, I don't even want to think about. I honestly don't even want to think about Game 5 and what that Civ matchup could look like. It's not going to be pretty. Oh, it's not going to be pretty.
Like Fanji's private sheets have to pick. If they,
it's Compass is down, so we can definitely hone in on Compass.
But if they go Italians and Vikings on Compass,
I don't think they do that. I think Italians
they can't. Like they can't. Yeah, they. But if they do that, they're fucked. Like.
Oh yeah, I think they have to go Vikings, Romans.
So we think
Aztecs, Celts.
Vikings, Romans.
Keep in mind that Compass is a very kind of early game snowbally map. Like Aztec, Celts, that kind of suits them actually.
Celts is really good early game on the water as well. Yeah. So.
And same thing for Vikings and Romans. So let's see.
Celt Paladin as well. So you know.
Obviously.
Oh.
And for Boo's team just have a phenomenal lineup though. They have Chinese Armenians, I think, is a for sure. Incas for me is a for sure, and the last one, I'm not sure. They could play Aztecs here as well. They could go Mezzo. I think Aztecs makes some sense, depending on how you want to play it.
I mean,
if you want a disruptive role, Aztecs are going to be super good. If you can just go like Spear Skirm on someone's island, then you can then transition into Monks and Castle Age. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Do you give Bomb Sauce Goths here, and then you give Bomb Sauce Sicilians on islands? Or the other way round?
Good question. I'm not sure, actually. I think Boo is probably more likely to play Sicilians.
Okay. Andy plays Sicilians on Team Islands, says Huggy. Okay. Could go Teutons and Trush on Compass, says Huggy. Okay. These are all the ideas of a potential winner. Yeah, no, I feel that.
I have no idea where Teutons is going to get played. It feels like it's going to end up
just last
on Team Islands. It's like they almost couldn't find the right spot for it, but they didn't want Boo's team to have it.
Yeah, I mean, do you just play Teutons on Compass and just hope that you can lean into the land?
I don't think so. I don't think it's great.
Because there's so much worse on islands.
I think it's they're going to be pretty shit on both maps, to be honest.
Do they get heavy demo?
Great question. I don't think so.
Because if they get
could be wrong, but they get fast fire.
Yeah, so maybe they can pair up with something, and actually that if you're not necessarily winning the water, like I think they're a better choice for Compass because at least there's more land. You've got farming space, cheaper farms.
They get heavy demo, but they don't get dry dock. They don't get shipwreck. So it's not disastrous.
No,
So Huggy's actually wrong. I assume he was answering that question.
Huggy
Nothing
wrong.
wrong.
Well, let's see how right
Okay,
we are.
in, so it is
Teutons!
Fanji with Toots.
And it is
And
Compass.
these sets are
And it is
crazy.
Goths.
Fanji's backing himself on Compass. And yeah. And it is Chinese Dravidians. And they're going to save Armenians for TI. I think that's that. I think saving Armenians for TI makes a lot of sense as well because you can, you do get Dromans, and they also have Goths here who also have Dromans.
Okay, our pocket.
People forget about Dromans.
I mean, they're just great for your imp timings, but also their pocket docks are touching because of because of the map gen admin re.
Honestly, I think they'll restart it because they asked for it. But isn't that better for Fanji's team?
Oh, missing a relic to easy re.
Oh, missing a relic too. Easy re. Okay, restart. I'm just gonna quit the game.
Yes.
I feel like the dock block is better for them because obviously they can pop out the back
Yeah,
and pop out the front with any other military that they want. Also with their fish, and the other team cannot pass through there at all. The dogs
just-
are yes, the dogs
just
are
a bit
also
of
bad, so
ass.
they're probably like, let's maybe go for the restart here, guys. And you obviously only have one shorefish. You're kind of limited in terms of where you can go with it.
especially when you're effectively on map point. If you've got an excuse for a re, I guess you fucking take it.
Oh, for sure. This is just they're gonna have to pull something out the bag. Fanji's team, but Compass is certainly the map. Depending on what you do strategy wise, being a step ahead, it can make a. I feel like the strategy can make a huge difference.
But it was all of the weird things though. It was not the civs necessarily thought of, but Teutons. Bit of magic there.
And like Celt's still going to be a really good South repeat to play early game on water. Holes is going to be a bit awkward. Honestly, Aztecs are fine for early game. Just gets a little bit more tricky as the game progresses into late game for them. It's gonna be have to be a quick win for Fanji's team, or kind of just ultimately accept that Game 5 isn't going to be possible. But they're hedging their bets. They are hedging their bets for sure.
It's a good hedge bet. Like I don't mind it. It means that they've sort of stacked themselves for the potential Game 5.
Yeah, but you have to get there. That's the thing. But we were saying we didn't want them to play Vikings and Italians in Game 4. Meaning we didn't want them to play them in Game 5 as well. We wanted them to split them, and they've decided not to play either of them.
But it's the best lineup that they could possibly have for Game 5. It does feel a bit water sacrificey though, like just a little bit.
I think it'd end up playing there'd be Vikings, Italians, Romans, and Burmese. I don't know what the other Civ would be actually.
6.
I guess it would have to be Burmese. Is there other one?
Yeah, is that
Which they're fine. They get Galleon, they get Bracer, obviously. So I think they're probably okay.
It's either all Bulgarians.
That's Bulgarians. Oh god.
Bulgarians get fast fire, right?
We don't care about fast fire here. That's not a real ship. Real men make galleons.
But I sort of why I thought like.
I'm a white middle class heterosexual man. I make galleons.
I want to show all the people my dock. Like,
Oh.
well, there we go. And for one of the first times, no Vietnamese in play, so nobody has a clue where TCs are for one another. And for a rare one, that's Happy the Andy and Boo chilling all the way on their lonesome. And we end up with a bit of a... Are we completely team split?
And this is okay. So let's talk through
No.
this. Fanjis team: Pete, good guy; Husky, north side;
Yeah.
Fanji, south side. 1 versus 2. So they'll get Brett and Nathan there. What's his face? King Boo on the left hand side, and then Andy on the right hand side. So this is actually quite a weird one. We obviously have
Yeah.
3 islands that are isolated in terms of being only one team on there. That's very odd.
Yeah, I mean,
We're not seeing a lot of that.
not seen this kind of layout, and it's probably one of the first time that somebody doesn't get completely sandwiched, which is nice. I mean, I think you had a pretty rough game on. Hold on, sorry. Yeah, no overlay. Yeah, you had a pretty rough
Overlay.
game where you were getting some nuisance play on Compass on the Northern Isle.
Your overlay is fucked again. So let's just move on.
Every fucking time.
Let's just move on.
I thought you did pretty well that game, actually. Like it was.
That game that was frustrating for sure.
Yeah.
That was an annoying game to play. I don't think I played.
No, I
I
didn't play
definitely
bad
didn't
at all.
play my best. I didn't play terrible, but I would have liked to play a lot better. I maybe could have if I cared more.
Pudding going for a double law, long distance. Go on,
I honestly
Pudding.
don't feel like I don't feel like it's worth it this early on. If you're gonna do it, like bring in 2 elephants for sure, but you've got to be confident right now. And Nathan's going for it as well. I just don't think it's worth it this early.
It's not.
So considering like the uptimes in this map is usually around like 15 pop, to commit 1 villager to go all the way at this point of the game is like a massive cost. And it's so fucking far. And this felt 1 elephant goes back, villager might die, having to use the goat. Okay, Vill's safe, but doesn't want to block the elephant too much. 1 hit though and that Vill's dead. Is the villager gonna transport inside? Oh, gets the block. Gets the block. It would have been funny if we killed the Ellie, but we didn't. And I actually don't think. I think getting 1 Ellie back there is
It's
probably
not necessarily
not
worth
worth.
it. Yeah.
I don't think it's worth.
And it's scrappy on the water.
Bloody
Obvious-
Pete is gonna have to pull off a huge game here playing galleys.
Yeah. But I mean, what are the Goths gonna do here? Like, it's not really a water viable civ.
Not particularly. I think.
I mean, they get shipwright. They're just
They
missing dry dock.
They do get Romans. They do get Romans as well.
Yeah,
Everyone
and
forgets
Gary.
about Goth's Romans. Everyone fucking forgets about
Yeah,
it. But they
it's
get
true. What's Imp for Goths? I mean, you want to stay in Castle Age and spam longswords until your opponent cries. I thought that was the whole.
We're going to try and keep Fanji busy. That's what I think Bread has to do. And we know there's a house here from Fanji on that island. So that's our number 1 priority. And we want to protect Nathan, because Nathan's Dravidians, Nathan's going to be going for water. He's actually made a lot of fish, Jesus Christ. He's up to 6 now.
Which nobody else. I mean, so's Tusky actually. Tusky's fishing with the Aztecs. Locked away on the northern
There's been
side.
a real mix. Our team, we did not greed fish at all on Team Robo. Like we never. I don't think we had any players greed fish. It was all about trying to get up, early and not over investing on water.
Was that a sort of captain-led decision, or was that sort of like an overall team strat?
I would never throw anyone under the bus. How dare you ask me that? How dare you?
I mean,
I don't think the strat's bad. I think it was fine.
There's a man walling up over on this right-hand side is Happy the Andy, while Pete's just having a wander. I wonder what he's doing with his idle villagers.
Lame this gold. And laming the gold is super good at this point of the game as well, if you can pull it off. Fanjis with a barracks, Spread with a barracks on the south side.
Pete going for landing. Pete with the transport taking 2 vills that had finished the walls.
Oh, who's villagers? Who's
they
villagers?
Are Ronan's vills, so it should be
they're not
stable.
Pete's. Let's go. And it will be a stable. We're Paul's here. And it's only going to be Andy over here playing his millions. Other side, also look up in the north side. You can see some reds transported over as well, or walked over, I don't know. But Tusky does see Boo's Ville. And Boo's going to try and cause some chaos as well.
I think he should have kept it running, to be honest. Because, yeah, Tusky's like, oh, it's fine, I just wall you in. A little bit of chaos down to the south side as Fanji is palisade walling in a watchtower that's not built.
What's our range from good guy? What?
Losing, having a fight with a spearman?
He's gonna make skirmishers. What? What are we doing? Huh? Really nice start for Pete. He's chasing down all of these galleys on the bottom side. And he's got 4 of his fishing ships there. We should know that all of Boo's fish economy is on the left-hand side, because, well, Tusky's right there, so he should be communicating that to Pete.
Well, Fanji gets a tower onto Pudding.
He's being annoying. And he's going to take a Ville here. Just shoot it. There we go.
Takes a Ville, and forces both players off gold.
Which is huge.
That's actually
this is
filthy.
When you're playing 2v1, it's so fucking good. This is what happened to me, especially when you have someone up, playing water really quickly. If you don't have gold, you can't make ships.
That was their only accessible gold as well.
It's so fucking annoying.
Shooting's hard to deal with. Well, there we go. Still,
it's not even so much the civs as well. Just it feels like the strat is definitely better for Team Boo at the moment.
Yeah, Boo is kind of
Team Fanjis, sorry.
Boo's killing Tusky though. We got our range up.
Taking some fish in the middle as well now. But Pete is rotating. Pete's already killed 5 fishing ships. Galley's going to come up to the left-hand side now. Also, good guy has made the stable right side. There's so much going on here. This is crazy. Oh, and is Bread really going to get this tower? I think they can rush it with our bills. Eventually. This is chaos. And Tusky has skirms over this side as well. He also landed. What the fuck is going on?
It's just chaos.
I didn't realize Tusky landed as well. What the fuck?
it's just chaos pit things. Like it's always all over the damn. I think one of the hardest maps to try and cast.
The chaos pit of Compass.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's it's full madness, and I don't know how you're supposed to like captain a team through this. At the same time, Happy the Andy is on the way up to Castle Age. The pressure didn't arrive fast enough. We force a tower out on the stone, but I don't think that's necessarily the end of the world.
Also, the scouts are there, skirmishers coming over. If we can delay that a little bit longer, then we can start to hit them. But we need to just... Oh, this is going to be close. The skirms also have fletching, so that actually makes a huge difference. Hit the villagers! Don't hit the fucking tower, Jesus Christ. Hit the bills! It's going to go up. Hit both of them. We've got to hit both of them, so they can't build.
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
96, 97, 98, 99.
And safe.
Oh.
But it's damage. It's damage and it's nuisance. And shockingly, the Teutons, they win the tower fight pretty much every time. Like,
yeah. Mass skirms just on the bottom. Here's the thing for Boo. He does have 5 archers. He's only just noticing there is a range coming up at home now for good guys, so he is going to have to make some skirmishers there. Pete, when you're playing full on water, this is not what you want, right? So you want to be chilling at home. You want your teammate protecting you. And Andy's going for a castle at home.
Fear castle. This is a scared out of your britches castle. Did he buy it?
I actually don't know.
I think he did because he hadn't been taking enough stone super comfortably. That's not what you want
that castle
from your Malian player, is it?
I think you just I don't mind the castle, but you want it on a resource, not next to your starting TC.
Your Malian TC. Maybe he just wants to really, as fast as he can, think about getting. He really wants Tigui.
Look at the military difference. What? Boo's making a market in the north.
I mean, with the most hidden ville possible, right? Like...
Yeah. Oh god. I don't think you send Gibettos to Fanji. He has a lot of skirmishers out in the field. 53 to 18 army. Pete's definitely done the damage with the galleys. 15 to 6 equal KD.
Teuton skirms.
And it really feels like they just overinvested in fish. But Nathan still does have 7 alive. Andy's going to lose his 6 now to Pete. So Pete's basically going to clear up everything. And Nathan has killed a decent amount as well, though. 11 to 2. So he's killed a decent amount of the fishing economy.
It's like the score is swapping. Like it is swapping heavy. It looks like a relatively comfy water win for now, because Pete is sort of engaging nowhere near. All the way
down.
Yeah,
he's not went all the way down.
It's given Nathan all of this. Like we finished the fish now for Nathan. Castle Age has done its job. Fletching on the way in. No navy though for our Dravidian player, which is,
no additional navy. Yeah.
Yeah, like 6.
Oh,
6
Pete is
galleys?
just going past fish and not even. Oh,
that's
the fish are right there, and he left Andy's as well. I don't know why he just didn't send like one weak galley just in. You just got to make sure.
Second TC on the way down for Happy the Andy, but being pressured by skirmishers.
He's trying.
But Gabetto clears. Galleys being a nuisance. Deny a siege workshop. I mean... Do you think Team Fanji are sort of in the driving force here?
They're making it as competitive as it could possibly be, considering the civs. Let's put it that way.
Like this gets worse and worse the longer this goes on, though, right? Like, because considering Boo is relatively unmolested. Like he's playing fine. He's relatively safe at home. He's had a bit of pressure from the Aztec skirmisher play, but
Husky is doing all right for sure. He hasn't really killed a whole lot. But
here we go. Gabetto raiding on Fanji. Big damage there. And like there's nothing to back it up, and he's got no answer to the Gabettos either because he's been going full skirm. It's not like we can mix some archers in either. So yeah, this Gebetto's diving in is a bit of magic, and even better than that, we've spotted out exactly where the stable is.
Yep.
No,
I can't believe we didn't get
Vil?
anti-special, man. Okay, this is engagement we want. All of these skirmishers against... Oh, and look, the Gebettos are running away because there's so many skirms. Okay, they run away from each other.
Skirm's very scary. 5 Gebetto. There we go. A little bit more damage, but it's Cav Archers and Knights now against Feudal Army. Only 2 in castle versus 3. And Pudding is... I mean, are we even close? No, not even close.
No,
So
he's just been keeping Fanji busy though, and that's kind of what he needs to do.
It's his best job. It's like that's what makes Pudding so strong.
And that's a great trade.
Yeah, you're effectively your lowest ELO player for your opponent's captain is a trade that you take every darn day of the
Oh
week.
my god, this is some serious micro nerding going on.
It's not
What the
necessary.
fuck?
It's not necessarily.
Build the
working
tower,
out.
Fanji, Jesus Christ. That is some crazy nerding going on.
Comfy win for Pete on the water though. Nathan's navy is kaput. But knights, have we got monks out for Happy the Andy? Yes, we do, to try and get some conversions. But knights and cav archers, and we drop some more villagers over for Ronan. Good guy, putting some Polish cav archers onto the field.
But you're fine, they're totally fine.
Right,
The
I guess.
Skirms are still trying their best.
I mean, we've only got like 3 full works in play, so not a huge amount of food. But we do have the Vilhai, so that's nice. 3 TCs now for Nathaniel. Trying to...
Brum actually has... Ronan has way too much food. He's got like 800 in the bank. And we're going CA. We actually just need to keep trickling in some white cab or knights or something, you know?
Yeah.
Just make use of it.
Oh.
Or make TCs.
Yeah.
But I think you need to be aggressive, so...
And there's no point even trying to fast imp this either, so, like...
Nah, I don't think you get too much from it.
TC's down. 4 TCs on the way down for Happy the Andy. I think they're kind of starting to stabilise. Look at Boo though. Look at this little rat.
Little nip. Villager gonna die? Villager gonna die? Eat, kill the Vil. Eat! Oh my god. She's gonna run! Oh my god, no, what?
Ridiculous behaviour.
That's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. There we go. Castle Age on the way in for Pudding. We have unsupported Siege that
Mangan
gets
elves,
killed.
yep.
Yeah, killed
They're
by
all
some
gonna die.
skirts. That's costly and strange when you've seen so much feudal military on the field to have gone for unsupported Siege.
Nathan must have a crazy amount of idle he does. He's like only in 48 Vils. He's 3 TCs. He's got 8.5 minutes of idle time right now. Like, I think everyone's feeling a bit stressed out with the game.
I mean, I'm not surprised. Like, it was hard enough trying to watch the game, like, let alone play it. There's been stuff going on on every island, at every second, in the middle, army, feudal aggression, pressure. Problem is Fanji is the only person not in Castle Age now. Feudal army stops being particularly relevant, like now, because even Pudding is in Castle and he's making knights. It's a bit sad.
Stable going up.
It's a bit sad.
They could have actually took out Bread's TC from the water. And Pete has rotated round now with his war galleys. That would have been nice if that happened.
We are clearing up the sort of mini landing of Tusky. I kind of feel like we're sort of running out of steam here for Team Fanji.
But they only have one island essentially that's kind of safe at the moment as well. There are still some buildings there. They need to expand onto the map.
Yeah.
Our Fanji needs to steamroll the bottom.
Very hard to do from feudal age against knights and siege. Like,
oh no.
With no support. Is this the point where you try and pull some vills and get them somewhere else? But where do you go?
There's nowhere you can go.
Yeah.
He is committing as much as he can at the moment. Oh! PCR transport, just in case. Good call. Oh, you can deny that castle, good guy. Yes, you can. Good spot, well done. There's just so much going on for every player here, in so many different spots. He doesn't have the buildings.
Because they're
He doesn't
getting
have a second
destroyed.
building.
Oh, he's so toast. Imp on the way in for Pete, though.
I'm not sure what he does with it. His galleons don't get bracer. It feels like he needs to come over and, like roll someone on land.
What do you think? Just like pike siege?
Probably like a big pike ram, like push, which is probably more likely to work in the left-hand side versus Andy's going Jabels on the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you siege push Andy.
Do you try and land down south and save Fanji?
No, that's a thought. Probably not.
Well,
I don't think you don't have enough of a foothold to get set up.
Like, will Fanji even manage to reach Castle Age?
How much is he? Only has 100 more wood in the bank. He's 50% there. There's 5 mangonels. I'm gonna say it's unlikely.
Yeah. Like, he's gonna have to try and dive with his scouts, but there's so many spears there. He ain't getting there. He ain't getting there at all. Oh dear. Oh no. Oh no, he's trying to get the repairs in, but you can't out-repair that. That's 5. He gets a nice dive. TC goes down. Pull those vills. He saves 5. Where did the transport go?
It
took
5 villagers in there, so yeah.
Oh god, so they're gonna bunch up, and the mangonels are gonna get the best shot of their life. It's gonna be Vill kill galore as we run over. We try and hang out by Pete. I guess that's the safest bit. Go to the Navy.
It really is, yeah.
Go into your opponent's base. It's safer over there. As Gabetto are starting to clear up the cav archers. You don't see that very often. And yeah,
Orphan there as well for Andy.
It's truly starting to feel pretty rough.
Yeah, 100 eco units behind now. Fanji has villagers all the way down the bottom side as well, by the way. He has ran a decent amount, and then 2 knights are there.
Yeah,
I honestly wouldn't be
spotted.
surprised if they call it when Fanji gets just like basically defeated. But it is like it's a potential deciding game, so they'll probably play on for as long as they want to. It's looking really bad.
It's rough because like Pete's in a pretty good spot, but I don't think he's actually in a spot to like actually carry this. Not when it's the like 1 imp player soon to be against 3. I guess Ronan hits imp as well, but
They're also going to try and push the north side, which I just don't... sorry, not the north side, the east side round there. I just don't like it.
Yeah,
Like
because
we know he's got castles up. We know there's at least one castle there at home. He was gonna get that second castle up. He's gonna get a third castle up. Ugh.
it's
And
going
it
to
feels like
take
the left side we could
too
have just
long.
opened help. Sorry, yeah. Or we need to be at least both sides. You know, something there. Maybe some just start help spamming the left hand side as well.
But it looks like they're on
Spot.
their way over to play defense. Just trying to clear Fanji's walls and see if they can go and support their buddy. And then they'll have locked off 3 islands to 1. And you don't bounce back from that. Not with those imp timings. Not with one player still in feudal age for another 30 seconds. Like, the only person who won't be in imp is Pudding, and that's pretty classic. Oh, little demo. And over comes Pudding to take Fanji's farms.
But I'll be surprised if Fanji doesn't delete these. Fanji's just like taking multiple areas of the maps now. Yeah, made them invest in the TC there, so that's nice. Fanji just like pinging multiple things, the wall here, and between these now pinging the gold, saying where a good guy can take it. He pinged Boo's villager in the forest as well, by the way. One thing I don't really get is why we are focusing so much, or why is Nathan going for fires as Dravidian Seer when we know we're up against just Kelp War galleys? I don't know why we're just not going straight to Galleon.
And he's running.
I think he has to, just to be
Andy's running
safe.
scared, yeah. I guess he's not running everything. He's just pulling back for Ember on the way in. Treb's doing good work.
Yeah, it's just taking time, right? It's taking a lot of time.
And he did successfully clear the left-hand side. So, Boo secure. They don't have the water. And I guess if they clear Andy and they give Fanji some time, there's a world. But it's a small world when you're coming up to 150 eco behind.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take an impressive hold and forcing Andy off this island. If they force Andy off the island and they have 2 islands to 2, then there's something there. But I just don't think they have a single answer to late game Navy.
Yeah. I don't think that's a huge problem if they can clear Andy here, right? The thing that they really need to get done right now, as good guy as he's massive CA, he kind of needs them to be over there finding some villager kills. Which is just not happening. Like he's got this massive CA that needs to be finding some damage right now, and it's not happening.
Like,
I
yeah,
think
they
if
don't.
the CA were over there, it's a completely different game. But they're just not.
They don't have elite cannon galleon. Sneaky little eagle raid though on Pudding. Longsword upgrade on the way in. Great wall for Boo. They haven't twigged. They didn't twig the eagles, or they at least are ignoring them. And I guess he's got 133 vills, so he's like, I don't really care. I'd be deleting some vills soon anyway.
Really, just don't understand the fire choice. They're just not adding anything. So odd.
Big navy from Boo now though.
Yep. But they're kind of clearing out the middle, and they're honestly feel like you're just kind of forgetting about this on the left-hand side.
Well, the Cav Archers can't really get in.
They can't yet. 2 petards, they can. And honestly, I'm not too sure you want to reveal the CA are even there.
Yeah, well, I think the Navy just swans over now, right? Like, Galleon.
And yeah, it seems like that is coming now, so I feel like...
Yeah, window's gone. Yeah, your
it kind
window's
of is,
gone.
because we just didn't have enough patience, you know, to do the the more obvious thing, but it's
Yeah.
easier to say when you're just you're specking.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of specking and judging from up high. Farimba,
Yes.
light cav, killing siege rams. The push is not over, but the reinforcements are being cleared, and we have mostly cleared up, Andy, from this right-hand island. Cav archers taking some engagements against galleys, but
Cannon galleys.
it's cannon galleons, so castle
Right
will
there.
go down. And
Yep.
as soon as elite cannon galleon comes out for Dravidians, I think get it. Yes, there's no answer to that. None. They've got the range. Nobody else has elite cannon galleon on private sheets. So yeah, it gets tough. It gets messy.
This is gonna sound ridiculous, but honestly, like, good guy needs to just like sneak a dog down his top side when he has the opportunity to. Like, maybe should have done it already and transported some vills across. Like, Boo didn't actually have an outpost there. He could have potentially snuck past, but the galleons are there
Galleons
now. It's
are
just not
there,
going to be
yeah.
possible. Like, I think if they were just a little bit more proactive, it could have been possible.
But
That doesn't
Fanji's
look
like,
it now.
I'll try. I'll go docks. I'll do anything.
Yeah, Tusky's trying to get dogs down. Tusky's trying to get dogs down from every angle, basically.
I mean, I like their guts. They're definitely going to play it out as long as they can, but I think window is closed, really, for a comfy win with Chinese on water. This is sort of the period of the game where they're going to look at their strongest, and like that eco is tidy. 100ville lead. We've got military for days, and we're about to be in a position where we're Pudding's going to start that infantry spam.
Brent needs to make
Huskarls.
some Dromans. Where are the golf Dromans? Do not deny us of the golf Dromans.
That's just not what Pudding thinks about. He thinks about swords and chaos.
Alright, the CA coming. So we're basically giving up. We're not going to push that left-hand side, and Boo just comes over anyway. But we're going to try and push on this bottom side, straight into Bread and Nathan's base. Which, if we kind of underreact to it, might be a bit of a problem, actually. But there's Huskarls and stuff mixed in as well.
It's not small numbers either.
And the heavy cav arch still have a lot of upgrades, so there is that.
Oh no, they are elite Huskarls, and they are fully upgraded. So
A couple
tanky.
of woodies in there as well. They're also elite wood raiders.
I love me some Woad Raiders. I think they're a little bit of magic. It's good damage onto Andy, but his eco's like actually pretty good over on that left hand side
Yeah.
as well.
You know,
So
yeah, 115 vills still alive, and his fucking 6 fishing ships that he somehow hidden from
It's-
Pete.
I just think they've done a really good job of like holding. Actually, for Andy, obviously Marlion's best civ in the game, so it's an easy win there. Tusky's attempt on going onto water is completely wiped, and the Navy will clear up on this kind of right hand side as well. Tusky tries to get a TC down, but there's light cav raiding. That's those are dead vills. That's expansion that isn't happening, and I fear we're going to start getting strangled.
Yeah, I just like. I do think it's potentially a different game if they do kind of like split the difference a little bit and focus, you know, getting some sort of a foothold in the left-hand side at the same time as the right-hand side, and then being able to develop the game a bit more from there. But I think only, you know, like if we get the right-hand side, it's great. But I think we're still just so far behind in terms of like where we're going to be able to do on water and everything. So we need to be ahead on the land aspect. And
It sort of played out exactly how you expected it to from the civs, though. It's like an early advantage for civs that did okay in sort of feudal early castle age on the water from like Celts, and then as soon as we get into the late game with a sort of water loss and a loss of position, it gets so much harder.
Yeah, even his civs for boost team were still very fast, good civs like Chinese, Dravidians, Malians to the degree. And now they've got the trades cooking. Husky's trying to get docks up everywhere, he's just... Oh, we're in the left-hand side, okay. And those winged Hussar do have to trample damage, they got the unique tech. And why are we not set up for it at all? Like we don't even have. Oh, they're calling it. No.
Literally, just as Ronan's like, I'm about to do something. No. He was just about to have his moment. Feels good guy, man.
They just focused the left side a little bit earlier, I think. It's potentially a different game.
Possibly, but there we go. That is literally
right on time, Kappa.
An hour. Like bang on an hour and 1 second. Love that.
Nearly.
Magical. That's a 3-1, which is, I would say that's pretty similar to the first meeting of these teams. It was 2-1 then, and there's a reason why Team King Boo won in that first matchup, and I guess that carried through. They looked really good. They looked really good. I wonder if they'll want to speak to us.
Well, might speak to you. Bloody Fanji. Bezoning himself.
Can't help himself. Well, there you go. That's been a blast. I've really enjoyed GB Draft this time round. I thought it was an awful lot of fun. How did you find it as a player and an occasional caster?
That was good.
Yeah, nice.
Say no more.
Say no more. That's everybody sort of winning their home maps. That's nice. Oh wait, no. Yeah. Team Twat just won their home maps and won the starter. Groovy.
And especially a best of 5 winning game 1 was very important. I'd say if it was a best of 7, it's less so.
Yes.
Game 1, it's
we can all be kind of
depending on how much of like your opponent's maps, or like how much you're confident on them and whatnot. Let's say in theory, you both have your home maps and you're both confident on them, then game 1 is going to be important.
We can all be grateful it wasn't a best of 7.
I prefer the best of 7 for a final. I know it's a 4v4, but
surprisingly some pretty short games actually for the final. I think there was some great play. Like I think Two Rivers was great. Chaos Pit was a bit of fun, but I really enjoyed Zimbabwe. I thought Zimbabwe was a banger of a game. But I think it's produced good games pretty consistently. Definitely my favorite map to watch in the pool. Along like Zimbabwe and Frontline, I think for me have been the most enjoyable. And every time Arena is banned, I'm happy.
Solid final overall for me.
Yeah, it's good, and it means that we're gonna have to have some GB action again, probably after a short break. But yeah, it's been good. I think the last couple of tournaments that we've had for GB community have been a lot of fun, and hopefully have been pretty positive for everybody involved. So more, please, more.
Yeah, I see. All right, Tom, I'm going to love you and leave you.
Thank you very much for joining me for the finals. It is always a pleasure.
It was a pleasure. Much appreciated.
Oh wow.
Chat to you soon, alright? Au
Yes.
revoir.
Au revoir. I agree, Ronnie. I like my idea, my unintentional idea, my shit read of a Zimbabwe where the base positions are swapped. Paradox immediately in for team games. Nobody hanging about for a chat, so it looks like no chats for us. Which is, I guess, fine. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. It's been a blast. I look forward to casting more GB stuff when it gets announced, if it gets announced. Well, I'm in watch party. I'm waiting. Team Turs should have won. They would have talked. They would. They would. Team Turs were definitely one of the most entertaining teams to watch. Hold on, where were they at? I want my where's my pub? Where's my pub? Where's
Hello?
Oh, there they go. The winners hop in. Were you all happily congratulating yourselves after a? I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say super comfy final, but it looked relatively smooth sailing for you guys. Sailing being a key term there.
Chaos Pit, sure. The rest were interesting.
We're dicey. I don't know. It didn't feel mega dicey. I just think that they threw some weird curveballs at you, mostly in the Civ selections that they were picking for maps. Like, did you get any Civ? Like, because you were going to be looking at what their Civs were and like, okay, I think they'll pick this and this. Did you get any right? Because I fucking didn't.
Yeah, we got 2 rivers completely right. Zimbabwe, I think we worked out most of them were expecting roughly that. Chaos Pit, pockets, sure, flanks can be a complete curveball.
Yeah, anything, yeah.
And we worked out at the end they were just going to throw civs on compass and save everything for Team Islands.
It was some interesting choices from them, but I guess it was pretty necessary.
Choices.
Yeah, it was good. How did you find the final? Have you found your run up and your team? Tell me, what is Team Boo's feelings on the tournament?
Not the name of the team.
Let's go!
It didn't. Well, the tournament didn't start off that well when I ranked Acro's team the worst and then lost to them.
Yeah,
But,
me and Boo had quite a few private phone, like Discord calls, and he was basically crying to me all throughout the tournament.
I think we worked out how to win, how to get the most out of people.
He
We
listened
just
to me.
learned how to play Chaos Pit. He was really not happy after Chaos Pit round 1. We might have all been trolling.
Chaos Pit just turned into get me Franks, get me a free game, and were fun. Twice we've had someone try and douche and just sent the boys and girls to stop it.
Well, today was another instance of not a successful douche.
I was surprised Fanji went for it to first pick Persians and go for the douche.
Yeah,
What
himself.
I can say was Paradox's douche was much better than Fanjis, and both are tragic.
I do respect the balls on him to first pick Persians for it.
Yeah, it was brave. But I mean, could Fanji really compete when it comes down to a team that has pudding on it? Like, were you not feeling pretty darn chipper with picking up the biggest Smurf in the tournament?
So the thing is, I wasn't gonna pick him until a day before the draft, and then Ronnie slides into my messages. He pops up and he's like, "Pick bread, pick bread, pick bread." So
Ronnie Dogs!
So I get back home like an hour before the draft, download a shit ton of recs from Bread, and I'm like, Okay, fine. I'll pick him.
Yeah, it's pretty mad. The effect that Pudding managed to have as being a sort of like it's not a sleeper agent, but having a player to just I'm gonna say Huggy style, where you just sort of throw them at it and hope something sticks.
There was a lot of get bread to take someone better down with him.
Yeah, and Fanji did that for you today by coming over and deciding to fight with with Pudding every time.
Huggy, I want to comment on what Huggy said. During the draft, I did message Boo saying pick Bread, not Huggy, as it was coming up to Huggy. I was very scared that he was going to pick Huggy, and I'm really glad he never.
That would have been a tough team, wouldn't it?
Good thing Bread was still available.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you might not get your wish.
It's crazy because, like, I really like your team, like as a match of players. I clearly put a little bit of thought into who you were grabbing. Did you mostly get who you were after?
Pretty much.
That's nice.
He was telling me for 2 weeks before the draft that I will be his first pick, and I was begging him not to be.
So I always intended to pick Andy in that first double pick because I knew he would enjoy the chaos that I wanted to bring. And then who I picked with him had to just be a solid meta slave. I was slightly surprised Nathan was available. I think it's because he hadn't played that much and not much with us for a while. Took a bit of de-rusting, but then I think it's quite clear he came very, very good. And then the intention always at the end was pick a couple of people, one who could bring a bit more chaos and one who would play the more standard stuff.
Yeah, worked out well. Was there a set that you felt pushed you the most? Was it the final or was it the 3-2 against Stake in the semis?
Well, some of those games were interesting against Stake.
It was actually in practice against Team Stake.
Oh, Stake
got absolutely diddled, and me and me were like, "We're getting fucked. We're putting spoon in this."
That was shortly after we lost to Accra as well. There was some concern.
Yeah, back-to-back failures. No one was happy.
But that if you fail early, that tends to mean that you improve, right?
I think it gave us a kick up the backside to actually work out what to do. Yeah, I think realistically, well, Turs could have been a very decent opponent as well, but Fanji.
Fanji just did filthy things to them. they were on fire that set. So
I think, Fanji could easily have had this 3-2 if we had played Team Islands first. But I think both him and Stake got caught in that trap of throwing the map too hard with civs.
Yeah.
But then against Stake, apart from Zimbabwe, which we won comfortably, the other 4 games could easily have gone either way. And it went 2 each. So
yes, super back and forth, which I love. It's been a really, really entertaining tournament, and I've really enjoyed the map pool this time round. So I think you did a relatively good job there, Mr. Admin.
Thank you.
Oh, don't kiss his ass. He's going to get enough of it over the next couple of weeks.
You can't ever get it perfect, and it's always tough with mixed elo trying to work out what will actually play well. I think the general consensus is something like 2 Rivers is probably too hard a map for this group. Fanji would probably lead the charge of disagreeing because he keeps winning it.
Yeah,
which is their play.
It was a Daisy staple.
I don't know. You got to take some risks and whatnot, but some maps like Chaos Pit probably had some of the best and some of the worst games. Some of the best chaotic ones, and then some of the worst where everyone just walled and made skirms.
Yeah, I mean,
what can you do?
I think the best map personally was Zimbabwe because we saw so many different strategies. Like we saw so much different people trying to work it out, and it was. I think that was out of all the introductions. That's when I was most surprised at how well it was.
Yeah, I think I agree.
Not because we dominated on it, but just saying. I think it's a great map.
It was a lot of fun. I loved Zimbabwe. I had a hatred for Compass, but only because it was hard to watch. Like this
It's so hard.
This last Compass game you guys must have gone grey on both teams because there was stuff everywhere.
You had me and Tusky in the north, me and Tusky in the west, Bread, Fanji, Nathan, and Andy in the south, and then Andy and Good Guy in the east.
Yeah.
Pete was also in the north. I don't know. I think we realised though that we just needed to not lose land, and if we made it a water game, the Civs was just too strong.
And it played out exactly that way. It was a pretty darn good final and a pretty darn good tournament. I've had a lot of fun. Have you got any passing last remarks to say? Any compliments for your team? Any insults to throw?
Boo, I've loved playing with you, Boo, but God fucking forbid if I've been on another GB tournament on your team, I think I might just end it.
You've done it once.
I wanted plenty, lad.
Doesn't
No,
matter.
no, Nathan was actually super good the whole tournament too.
Yeah.
Like Nathan's worst game was like nowhere near an actual bad game compared to what has happened to a lot of other players.
I think that one of Bread's most common comments, apart from "I'm trolling," was "Nathan, you're so fucking good at this game."
Dude, Nathan is so good at this game, man. Everyone's sleeping on Nathan. Like some of those Chaos Pit games, Nathan definitely sleeper carried.
Oh, all he's let me do is it was the one against Ted where Nathan's just 1v2'd in the middle, and I've just
Dude,
wandered
1v3
away.
was like, okay, we're fucked. This is over. I was so lost on that game. I was like, where the fuck is Boo? Where the fuck is Andy? Nathan, please. Nathan! And the Crescent Dravidian game was epic, dude. That was an epic game too. That was really, really well played. Yeah, Nathan on Crescent was just insane, like Huggy said. Yeah.
I think I just need you as my hype man, Brad. Just in my life, you could follow me around and pay me compliments.
You deserve it, man. You deserve it.
Excellent. Well, there you go. I don't have any more questions. I don't think chat does, and if they did, they're Twitch chat, so you know, yeah, exactly. So it's been a blast. I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna send us somewhere. Thank you so much for the great set, and
much, Thomas.
Enjoy your massive winnings of what is it? 131 and 2 cents, and a Greg's voucher.
That's what I'm excited for. Them sausage rolls, I can taste them already.
Andy's gonna get so fat.
I'm jealous. I want a sausage roll.
You can keep the Greg's voucher bread just for like 10 years' time if you go over to the UK, for whatever reason.
That's the agreement. Whenever you come to the UK, whichever person that you meet has to buy you a Greg's sausage roll. There you go, done.
Okay. Heroes.
Right, ciao. I'm going to say goodbye to Twitch. And
GG's, everyone.
I'll see you all.
Great
Ciao.
tournament.
Oh, that's them gone. And soon to be me gone as well. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. It's been a hoot. Let me find, I don't know, a place to go. Oh, Addictive Me's streaming. We go there. I'm an Addictive Me suck up. I can't help myself. The wrong team won, Huggy, because Team Turs wasn't in the finals, which will continue to be a great disappointment for me. A terrible, great disappointment to me.
Oh, that's painful.
As the dream, it doesn't happen.
And I think he now also shoots down the board.
Good night, everybody.
It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming. Age is coming home. It's coming home. It's coming home. It's age is coming home, it's coming home. Everyone seems to know the score. They've seen it in the corner of their screens. They're so sure that Nev is gonna throw it away, gonna blow it away. But I know we can play, 'cause I remember 3 lines on a test. Nev the MVPing, 1 long year of hurt, never stopped him dreaming. So many jokes, so many sneers, and all those cavaliers weigh you down.
It's a shame when you gotta go home. The evening has come to an end. We've had fun together and drank hell for leather, and everyone here is a friend.